So, now that we've done all the dungeons except for the last one, let's go ahead and see if we can't actually push the other MSQ. Surely it'll be better, right? It'll be better, right? Right? I mean, it can't be worse, right?
I had a feeling you would answer the call. Let's head out.
Okay, so let's head this way. Yeah, I'm definitely doing your event. Bye, buddy. I hope the appointment goes well. Right, this is the one that was kicked forward, right? Go grab the... Speaking of the dungeons, just grab the dungeon waypoint while we're here. I mean, I know it'll eventually get better, obviously. Good, Raymond, good. Good news is good. Can I help you? He's rolling around on the carpet now. I'm okay with that. It's going to be a pain in the ass to clean later, but at least I have a nice vacuum to do that with. Easier to clean than my keyboard and my hard drives. I got enclosures right there. So, as a reminder, the last point we're at in the plot was we just defeated the main villain of the entire first story arc, which was, I don't actually even remember his name. He was a truly evil Sylvari who had given in to the power and seduction of the Twilight. So we killed his ass with the help of the woman he was trying to treat like an object, I think is the nicest possible way I could put that. And now we're here.
So, Valiant, you did show up after all. Tell me something. These courtiers, do they come from the same grove that you do?
We are all Sylvari, Malik, but they're of the nightmare. I am of the dream. You don't know the difference?
No, I've never heard of either one.
You remember the pale tree, yes?
No. Look, we need to get the wardens back to Fallius Thorpe. Here's the plan. We infiltrate and sneak the villagers out. Then, revenge.
You're strange, Malik, but I like your style. Let's go.
We could steal their armor and wear it as a disguise, once they don't need it anymore.
Or we just kill them. I mean, honestly. They don't need their lives either. That's all I'm saying. See?
Hello.
How about those new converts? How long do you give them?
Not long. I heard the Night of Embers came for them, and she was in a mood.
Yeah.
These wardens are delicate little puffballs.
The Night of Embers knocked him flat.
They'll tell us about the Harbinger soon enough. You'll see.
Interesting banter.
That's the Night of Embers, isn't it?
You're all useless and weak. I should burn your flesh from your bone.
Nice lady.
I sent those fools to bring me the Harbinger, and instead they come back with whimpering wardens. Pathetic. You there. You're new. Can you follow orders, courtier?
Me? Yes, ma'am, m'lady.
Then you're in charge. Make these wretched wardens talk. Do whatever it takes. Hit them so hard the pale tree can feel it. They will tell me where to find the Harbinger, or they will die feeding nightmare with their agony.
You know,
My Lady Knight, may I ask, what is a Harbinger?
He is the Pale Tree's doom, and Nightmare's vindication. He is my dark hunt. When I find him, all will be made clear. Now go!
yes, of course. I will do anything you ask.
Lead the way, courtier.
Bah, get out of our way. We started this task. We'll finish it.
That must be well.
I sent those fools to bring me the Harbinger.
What?
And instead they
What?
came back with whimpering wardens. Pathetic. You there.
Uh,
You're new. You follow orders, courtier?
hang on. What? I can't see the skip button. There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Don't let them get away.
Ah! Well, I literally can't stop now. Oh my god, wait till it'll kill me.
Get the wardens out of there.
Yeah, everyone says that though. People taste of chicken. I don't know. Also, as a first reminder, chicken has no real taste of itself. A lot of people forget that.
Stay close to each other. Take any weapons you find. Malik, Valiant, thank you.
Like, you ever have chicken with absolutely no flavor added whatsoever? It tastes like cardboard. Yeah, exactly. And what Bregman just said probably sounds like an insult, but it isn't. Chicken is an absorbative.
Stay together. Move quickly.
What weapons do I prefer using in this game? Generally speaking, if given a choice, I will prefer a two-hander. In my experience, two-handers are just more fun to play with than a main hand and an offhand combo. They also tend to be more visceral. The animations are literally better. Having said that, I go with whatever the build requires, so I don't really have much of a requirement. Now, you might think, well, what about for Necromancer? That's actually a really good question. So, relatively recently, a friend of mine started playing Guild Wars 2 for the very first time. On my advice, they played a Necro, and they were like, alright, what weapon should I get? I said, you should get a greatsword. They were like, sure, they can't equip a greatsword. Let's go. What's okay, because Necros can equip another two-handed weapon. That's a spear. Well, they can't equip a spear. So the only two-handed weapon that a Necro can equip at the start is a staff. Now, you remember how we kind of joked about how Elementalist staff sucks? Well, Necro staff really does actually suck. It's terrible. They literally played the game with the staff for, I think, like 2 minutes before they were like, I hate this. I hate this. So they switched to Axe. Problem with this game is that if you go look up a class, like I'll look up a class that isn't Necro. Let's see. Let's try Mesmer. Weapons. Okay. Well, actually, apparently, Mesmers can use a staff or a rifle. Oh, nope, I'm wrong. A staff or a greatsword, excuse me. The rifle requires what's referred to as expanded weapon proficiency. And what that means is go raise an elite skill, which you don't even have access to until you hit 80. Or spear, of course, because spear is recommended for everybody, because spear is apparently just the stuff right now. And that's the problem. In fact, let's see here. So this gives me a proficiency with Warhorn. That gives me proficiency with swords. And that gives me proficiency with hammers. Which is funny, because I thought I had a hammer on me right now. Do I not? Is this not a hammer? It's a hammer. I'm confused. Anyways, point being, you need to get these stupid, proficiencies. Oh, right. You have to... yes, there's also the expanded weapon proficiencies. I actually did forget about that, because I saw that in a casual reference somewhere, and I actually had no idea what it meant. So apparently what that means is if you've reached a certain point in the story, you just get to equip things. Yeah, here we go. So expanded weapon proficiency. Apparently, if you do the Secrets of the Obscure story chapter, The War Council, find all related objects, then you can just equip stuff account-wide. That's the War Council? I have not done this quest. That's quest 14. I thought that was like quest 1, which I have actually done. And like this quest, which I have done. Hello, cat. Whatever. I don't know why I have access to the hammer. I really don't. It's the very beginning. But it isn't! It's quest 14! Look! It's quest 4. It's right there! There's the prologue, there's quest 11, and there's quest 14.
Suffer and die. Suffer and die.
I feel like she's telling me to do something. Well, he's in a chasey, I have energy mood right now. And I don't have a cat toy. I actually bought a cat toy. But it's not here yet.
This way, before the courtiers return.
We've gone far enough. We can stop.
I owed these wardens my life. You, Valiant, you risked yourself to save my friends, even though you've never met them. Why?
Because we are all Sylvari. We all follow the dream. Can't you feel that we're related?
Do we, though?
Feel it? No, I feel nothing, Valiant. Only a great sense of distance and loss.
You've been too long from the Pale Tree, that's all. When you return, she will heal your lost memory. Come back with me to the Grove. You'll see.
I hope you are right. I want to hear more about this dream. If your friends can help me, then I will meet with them.
Make your way south to the great tree near the shore. I will meet you there. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery, I promise.
I was gonna say, what if you don't want your memories? Another grass giga. You're crazy.
Friends, need help. Need more to fight the bad, leafy nightmares.
God, I don't remember Spartan. I know, like, we stumbled into them when we found, like, some place that was being attacked by the nightmare. And he was there, and we were like, we'll help you, and that's kind of all I remember. So, congrats, Giga. God, that hot pink. Oh my god, that's terrifying. You're insane. I've been eyeballing my legendary and kind of thinking, I'm not sure I really want to put up with getting that. And it's the only legendary I ever planned to get, and I'm still debating not actually getting it, because it's just... God, it's so grindy, and I don't have it in me right now. I just can't right now, Oh. Yeah, sure, show me the glider. So yeah, you actually hop on the demon that is sitting on your back and use it as a glider. See. I'm so sorry, Coleman. Pax is currently getting his legendary runes. To be clear, so for those of you not aware, there are legendary runes. See those things? So remember, there's 6 runes you want to equip, and they have a set bonus, right? You're probably thinking, well, what's a legendary rune? Well, the thing is, it's just a legendary rune. What you do is you then right-click and say, hey, turn this into whatever rune I want it to be. So you need to get a legendary 6 separate times in order to get all 6 legendary runes.
We must all do our part to protect our world. Come, fight beside us in the mist wall.
Anyways, sorry, just saying that made me tired. Alright, so.
What was your favorite of all the places you saw on your voyage?
Like, again, I know that I have less tolerance for grind than most people, but the idea of getting a third legendary is just so horrible that I'm honestly considering not doing it. He's currently in the middle of getting 6 after getting his armor. Yeah. Anyways. Whatever.
Trust you, Valiant. These others, well, we shall have to see.
Yeah, don't trust Kaith.
Nightmare Court is searching everywhere for this harbinger.
They won't stop until they find
No, you can stay again.
We must find it first.
Just cutscene. There's a good showcasing of the co-op stuff I actually talked about. So what you just saw is I started the quest, and as long as my party member was in the zone, which Giga was, she was in the same cell as I was, then she gets a prompt to say, hey, join in. She doesn't have to, but she gets a prompt to join. Now, if I do this quest and finish it, so to be very clear, I have to do the entire quest up until its conclusionary point. When you see the do-do-do-do-do-do, and the swords smash down, she will get a prompt, if she's on this quest, saying, do you want to accept progress for this quest? If she does, like let's say she's playing a new Sylvari 2, if she does say yes, then she can then go ahead and now be on the step I just got to. If she doesn't, she can do the quest by herself if she prefers. Honestly, this is great. This is really, really, really good co-op. It's one of the reasons I praise this game's co-op so much. It's a great feature, but there's actually even more cool stuff later. Now, I don't think this stuff starts into the Living World season stuff. But, and yeah, you can also do story achievements together, because obviously she's right there too. In later sections, there's story tidbits where you're clearly there by yourself. This is something that's actually been brought up in FF14 and in WoW by you guys. It's like, well, how do you do a co-op story section when you're clearly there by yourself? Now, the obvious answer is just hand wave it away, right? Oh yeah, here's the Warrior of Light. There's 3 of us. But what Guild Wars 2 is they did an extra step on top of that. Rather than just hand waving it, there's someone extra there. Who it is depends on the specific story. Sometimes it's a local mercenary, sometimes it's a bot, sometimes it's a ghost, sometimes it's some kind of alien creature thing, sometimes it's one of the local monsters. You like the other player, the guest players get turned into this extra new thing, and it's like the hero's here along with these other people, right? And they usually get special abilities too, like their bar is replaced by new abilities which then help with whatever that quest is, and it's always bespoke. every single time it's actually specific to the quest in section. So like there's actually one which is like a pseudo stealth section. I remember this. This is pretty far in during the Ice Brute saga. And the other person shows up and they're like, they can give you buffs and additional stealth things, all kinds of stuff like that, to make the stealth section easier. So they get abilities specific to the stealth section. It's some really, really cool design. And that's one of the things I wanted to showcase when I say that this game is extremely co-op friendly. Just double checking to make sure I've given several co-op positives. Yeah, here we go. Yes! What do you mean, what's an instance penalty? Sorry. Second. I need to give these positives now, because trust me, the game's about to get so many more negatives. Okay.
May you never dwell. Keith, Trahan, I have a very strange story to tell you. This is Malik. The Nightmare Court believe he is the harbinger. Of what? We don't know. But they attacked those warden camps to find him.
Malik is your name? You feel oddly quiet. Strangely still.
When did you awaken at the Pale Tree? In what cycle? What did you dream?
Tree? I know no pale tree. I have had no dream. My first memory begins 2 weeks ago. I was lying by a river, staring up at an arched bridge. I was injured, and I wandered the forest from there, following the river until the wardens found me and took me in.
No dream? Perhaps you've only forgotten it. If you were badly injured, your memories could be damaged or lost. Perhaps if we look into the dream itself, we could find them.
Or we could follow the river and locate the place Malik describes. Maybe we'll meet someone who knows him and memory will return on its own.
I must know who I am to fight the Nightmare Court. Valiant, I trust you. Which do you think is the best method to find the truth?
All right, Giga, which one do you think we should do? I mean, the direction is the problem, right? We've got a lot of provably good voice actors in Vanilla. You could just tell there's no direction here. They were given lines on a piece of paper and then shoved in front of a mic. Yes, so to explain briefly, the vanilla story, let me actually pull it up here to get actual numbers for you. There we go. So, Chapter 1 is level 10, Chapter 2 is level 20, Chapter 3 is level 30. And it looks like it is 30, I was right. Oh, sorry, Giga. Do we go to the river or do we go into the dream are the two options. So, up to 30 is all race stuff, right? Once you hit 40, you choose a faction. We're apparently choosing the Order of Whispers. Thank you again for the bags. And then we do like a pseudo-unified thing. It's kind of strange. And then we do another order thing. Then we do unified thing. And then we do our very, very last order thing, which is at level 80. And after that, everything formally and officially unifies and there's no more branching. You could tell, like so many other features of Guild Wars 2 Vanilla, this was a thing that they decided was not a good choice. And as weird as this may sound, I actually agree with that. Usually I'm in the favor of custom separate campaigns, but the problem is Guild Wars 2's... there's actually a lot of problems with it, but the biggest problem is the amount of additional work it took to make multiple campaigns for each level bracket took up an inordinate amount of time and effort, which they could have better spent making a better story, which is what they did. Also, at a certain point, your race and your faction just do not matter, which makes sense. Yeah, if they could actually have done this, like, I know we bashed them a lot, but the good order halls over in Legion, back in WoW Legion, if they could have done something like that, that'd be great. But yeah, that is a huge amount of extra time and work investment. And probably was not actually worth it. And yeah, I know Sylvari have a lot. Heart of Thorns. I know it sounds shocking that the Sylvari, the plant people, have a lot of dialogue in the Woods expansion. Anyways.
Is there something new?
Hang on. Is it Traherne who wants to go to the dream? Yeah, exactly, Blitchaval. Exactly, Monobrown. I am almost done leveling, and then I just have to base mulch my way through society quests.
While the three of you speak with the seer, I will search for the site of Malik's first memory.
Agreed. We should investigate every avenue of discovery.
I will meet you back at the Pale
Really wish they'd stop giving me staves. So I'm going to assume you were referring to relic weapons, Spartan. Point in fact, I actually do have a relic weapon for each expansion FF14 other than Stormblood, which I will never do. Screw Eureka. I have started the quest for the one in Dawn Trail. The drop rate is terrible. I just spent a couple of hours doing occult stuff for unrelated reasons and got 0 drops in multiple hours. Nah, I don't care. Stormblood requires going to Eureka, which really is the end of that sentence. Then I decided, out of absolutely wild curiosity, this is true, by the way, I decided, oh my god, to go and hit up a couple of fates just to see if I would get any. 3 in a row. Anyways.
I'll tell you who you are.
I am a warrior.
Look, it's Traherne, one of the firstborn. I've never met him.
I'm pleased
he
you're
spends
here.
all his time in awe. Don't you think he's strange?
My friend Amaranda spends her life meditating on the dream. She understands its nature more than any other mystic or firstborn.
If she studies the dream, why does she live so far from the grove?
Because she is so sensitive to it. She can feel every ebb and flow, like the tide feels the moon. Only far from the tree can she gain perspective.
And this woman, your friend, you believe she can help me?
Yes. If the Nightmare Court has robbed you of your memory and connection to the dream, Malik, she will heal you.
And if they have not? What answer will she give us then?
Something true. The dream cannot lie. That is its nature.
It's all right. No matter what happens, we'll be with you.
Very well then. Let us go.
As it happens, I do actually have cat allergies. They're actually pretty mild. Most of this is just regular allergies. I'm sure having the cat roam around in my lap has not been helping, though.
The Skrit are in trouble. We must lend them aid.
These rats, are they your pets?
All life is sacred, Malik. Come, let's see what's happening.
Yeah, from what I understand,
Be careful. Skrit are usually friendly, but I would never call them tame.
From my understanding, most people suffer from some form or another of cat allergies. Has something to do with the hair getting in your nose.
The Nightmare Court must be close by.
It's just most people choose to live with them because they like having cats.
Did you feel that?
Yes, some magic is causing the earth to shake. Be cautious and move quickly.
Yes, you, cat. I'm talking about you. Yes, that's my leg. Okay. And yeah, obviously there's different types of cats with different amounts of hair and blah, 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 blah.
That's enough. What was that sound? It came from up ahead.
Be cautious. Something's not right here. Watch out! It's a stampede. Stand your ground. Stay together.
Just because I feel the need to defend myself, I don't blame the cat for anything. He's just being a cat. It's not his fault. He didn't ask to be here.
Something startled them, likely on purpose.
Agreed.
How's that, Dave?
Our enemies are here. Somewhere.
He does have a name, yes. You will never succeed, Spartan.
Look, there. Those fires didn't start themselves.
I got this. Water mage. No? Okay.
The Nightmare Court arrived in force.
Sit still and shut up. We'll let you go after we capture the
Come on,
Harbinger.
I'll...
My mistress, the Knight of Embers, was right. She knew you'd bring the Harbinger to this false seer. Thank you. You've done most of my work for me.
If you've heard Amaranda, you will find that the wrath of a firstborn is something to fear.
How quaint. Are you going to hit me with a book? You're not Keith. You're not even one of the wardens. What are you, Traherne? A useless scholar studying a dead land?
And what are you but Nightmare's pawn? Watch where you're setting fires or your own house may burn.
Enough. The Harbinger's coming with me, with or without your agreement. I know which I'd prefer. Courtiers, to battle!
Okay.
Harbinger, kill the others. Simple task.
Could you stop stunning and locking me and knocking me down, please? There you go.
Your life belongs to the Grand Duchess. She will find you.
And down. Yeah, I might have to do a gear grab, because I'm falling a little bit behind. Scooch over here. There. That's the other way you can get up, by the way. If you kill something while you're down, you get back up. Hi. Can I help you?
Traherne, my friend. I thought you were another vision. You're real? You're here?
Be at peace, Amaranda. Are you injured?
Only in spirit. I could feel Nightmare's icy grip. But now it has gone, and I am warm once more.
We came seeking your wisdom. This Sylvari, Malik, cannot remember his dream. Can you help him?
Gladly. Here, let me look upon you, sapling. Let me gaze into your eyes.
That's enough.
A distant shore, and darkness. A root, a cave. You are the seed. What Ronan knew and never told still lingers in the dream.
What does that mean?
It means my fears are well-founded. You were not born of the pale tree, Malik. We cannot see your dream. You cannot see ours. I must return to the grove and speak to the pale tree.
Now I too understand. When the Grand Duchess hears this, she will send the whole of the court after you, Harbinger. She will never stop, not even when the grove itself is bathed in blood.
Whatever you've discovered, Traherne, the Nightmare Court now knows as well.
Only the Night of Embers. If we stop her before she reaches the Grand Duchess...
No. This is not a sit point. This is not a sit point.
We were to meet Kate at the Pale Tree.
There is no time. We must track down this knight and silence her. Immediately.
Give you pets if you don't sit over there. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why? You just jumped off. Why did you just jump back on? What are you doing? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand anything. Well, so far he has found a scratching post out of my legs. Oh, I've never done it without a group. I know how this works. As soon as I got out there, I was like, LFG, alright, let's go. I also bought the mount speed increase already, so that helps. Okay. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Master my art with unyielding patience. Like a great elf, I grow stronger over the years.
Can nothing defeat you?
Like the oak, I never yield. No one can deny my skill.
I walk a gentler path.
Big increase in damage, so yeah, I'll take that.
Nothing can break me.
And then...
No blade can cut me. I am a weak.
Can I equip a sword? I actually can equip a sword. I haven't done that quest. Why do I have access to all this stuff? I also leveled Pocket, please.
Your path leads through many battlefields.
I'm going to give you scritches, and then you're going to get down from there, okay?
I travel, and the world reveals its truths to me.
Seems strangely comfortable with your violent life.
Okay.
More than mayhem. I meditate.
Yes, please, that's my mic. Yes, stop. Stop rubbing up against the mic, please.
Like a breeze through the trees.
Please. Thank you. Lock it with this. I can't get up here. I'll give you scritches.
Forgive me, but you're not like other warriors I've met. Is your life difficult?
Thank you for the gear, Giga. I do appreciate it.
Like a champion.
I fight like a Sylvari. My blade flows.
He was literally just rubbing up against the microphone, so you probably heard at least something in that, yes. this crap. Okay.
Interesting. How do you deal with them?
By finding them, rooting them out, and showing them the point of your
Have you met others who follow your path?
Many. Our styles of swordplay are as old as the forest.
This is the place. The Knight of Embers will be waiting to meet the Grand Duchess. If she is allowed to tell Fowlin the truth, the results will be disastrous.
Why, Traherne? What aren't you telling us? This is my life. I deserve to know the truth.
You're right. But yours isn't the only life in danger. I'll tell you the truth, and then you must make a choice. My research has led me to believe that the Pale Tree is not a unique creature. Legends say her seed is one of many found in a cave. That cave has never been found, but it seems at least one of those other seeds was planted. It sprouted the tree which bore you, Malik.
If that's true, there could be other cities of Sylvari. Other groves.
Groves untutored by Ventari's tablet. Do those Sylvari dream, I wonder? What inspires them?
If Fowlin finds out, she won't need the grove. The court will burn the Pale Tree to the ground and find one they can more easily twist to nightmare.
Yes. If that happens, the Sylvari race will be no more. Tyria will fall into darkness.
No, I won't let that happen. If I must die to keep this secret, I will do so.
Then we have only one option. The Knight of Embers must die. You can't do this alone. I'll stand with you.
Okay. Yep, only one option. I hear fireworks. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and take I try to do this on the hour, but I'm gonna take a quick water break because I'm getting dry. Easiest legendary grinding? Oh, geez, that's actually tough. So, easiest, as in least difficult. Any of them hard? Let me think about that. I would say World of Warcraft probably has the most difficult legendary grinding. So, it's not that one. So, between FF14 and Guild Wars 2, I would say Guild Wars 2 has the easiest. Grindiest? so tricky. Why is this being weird? Legendaries in Lotro don't count. Now, back in the day, second agers only dropped from raids, and first agers only dropped occasionally from certain raids. But that's literally just drop rate. At that point, that's not even a legendary. That's just a purple, right? Yep, there's gonna be a feast. Let us in, please. I've never gotten a first age item. I had one second age item back when I played Lotro, because we did actually used to hit the turtle raid.
Take a look at that.
Would you look at that?
In time, all will succumb to the supreme authority of the Nightmare Court. On your guard!
Thank you.
Oh, I still have the sword. Well, I guess we'll show off what the sword does. Hang on 1 second. I'm having a weird monitor issue. Is that the issue? Yes, cat. I acknowledge that you exist. And look at here. I give you scritches. Okay, you can smell my hand. I don't know why you want to smell my hand instead of scritches. Ugh, whatever. Get out later. Hello, Lita Fairy. So, let's try out sword for a bit. Not too shabby. Amazing, this is another ability you don't get at launch. Sword. So I've gotten sword, which I didn't get at launch. I've gotten hammer, which I didn't get at launch. That's in a trend here. Giga, are you telling me Elementalists sucked at launch? Be honest. Be honest. Okay, so that's our dodge. Hacker Dagger was okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes, Mr. Red. I realized it's not going to be as awful as it could be. So I'm just going to go ahead and show them off. We only have to go up to the 30 stuff. For a bit of perspective, we're almost at the 30 stuff right now. For Sylvari. Yeah, pretty much, Lita Fairy. Good luck! I got you, little scrit. Torghast never left, Mr. Red.
An ambush is the best you can offer. How sad. You're already a creature of nightmare, Harbinger. Why fight us?
You're a liar, and soon you'll be a dead liar.
impudent whelp. I'll show you why they call me the Knight of Embers.
Yeah, me and Pax looked into the Shadowlands meta and decided we're good. Now the BFA meta, we're already well over halfway through. Like, that meta's way better designed and way less irritating to do.
All that you are will end in flames and ruin.
Really? Really? Okay, whatever.
See death over your shoulder. Can't you hear it creeping up? You will burn in the fire of this.
You first.
Killed her. My vengeance will make an inferno feel pale and weak.
Assault the necromancer. Do not let her summon a horde.
I'll flay you.
Yes, assault the necromancer. Do not let her summon a horde.
Ah, death. It is all that I dreamed. Squire, you fools! May nightmare take your souls!
Yeah, no, I actually like I actually call it the meta-meta. Because the meta-meta it's actually literally made of multiple other meta achievements. And yeah, they've been retroactively going back and adding meta-metas to previous expansions, and by all accounts, Legion will be next, especially with the Legion remix coming soon. Dragonflights was a little irritating, but only because of the one zone, whose name I can't remember. It was the only zone that was badly designed. I almost said badly delivered because I was reading what Linear said.
There you are. The pale tree told me where to find you. I have to tell you, Malik's tree...
We know. The Nightmare Court nearly found out as well. It is for the best that the Knight of Embers is dead.
Still, this is only the beginning. Even if they don't know the reason, the court will keep searching for their harbinger. If I stay here, others will try to convert me to Nightmare. They'll discover my secret.
He's right. Fowlin will hunt him, and I promise you, she does not give up.
Somewhere to the west, at the source of that river, there's another tree. Maybe even another city, with more Sylvari like me, my family. I'm going to find them. When I do, I'll tell them about the grove, and I'll return with an army to help fight the dragons.
I wish I could go with you, Malik, but my duty is here. I wish you good fortune and safe travels.
Don't worry. We'll meet again someday.
Yo, what we really need is more Sylvari to charge into Maguma with us. We need like an army of Sylvari. So, one of the things that I know my standards are kind of in the gutter right now. Sylvarni, I like it. But that wasn't, this whole little story arc, this level 20 story arc, wasn't terrible. I'm not even sure if it's positive worthy, but I think it's finally gotten to the point where I'm not automatically giving story negatives for every story beat. And that is an improvement of where we were. That's better than it could be. Oh wait, hang on. Let me guess. Yep, go hit level 30. Am I right? Am I right? Yep, okay. Ding. Yes, yes, I've leveled. Yes. Yes, I've leveled. Yes, 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 I am now level 30. Yes, this is wonderful. Uh-huh. Yep, yep. I have gained access to the LFG button. Okay, there we go. Jesus. Let's eat some food. Not equip that staff, because staves suck. It really isn't a joke. Staves really do suck. Don't use staves. Let's see, anything I need to unlock skin at? Looks like no. Let's go ahead and hit a vendor up really quick. Of course it is Braven. Fresh reminder, scalpers add nothing to the world and detract from said world in the process. They are quite literally parasitic. I know you could say that about a few things, but there's no nuance with scalpers. They don't add anything to the world. Right? Like, I know that sounds like a strange way to put that. I know that sounds like a strange thing to fixate on. But I bring it up because even if you have no particular, like, horse in the race, you know, even if you don't really care about the specifics of scalping, scalpers provide absolutely nothing and remove from the system. Yeah, even a spider kills flies. That's actually a fascinating way to put that, Mr. Red. Here's another one for you. Even mosquitoes provide food. Do I have an underwater weapon? I have an underwater weapon. It's level 8. Oh, yeah, no. Scalpers are very against each other, too, just like they're against everyone else. They're scum. They are straight up scum. Screw 'em.
You carry yourself like a champion.
I fight like a Sylvari. My blade flows and cuts like a cold wind in the forest.
Sure, Giga, if you want to. Hey, you could do this dungeon. At Destiny's Edge, you should go do this dungeon. Nah, I'm good. Bats, primarily, Mr. Red. I actually don't know what else. But I looked into it once because I was curious. Because, you know, ticks can go to hell, and wasps can go to hell. But mosquitoes are actually a part of several ecosystems, unfortunately. Yeah, as a fresh reminder, for those of you who didn't hear me say it the other day, the auction house here is chromium. This is running on chrome.
Fight beside us in the mist wall.
Of course I do. The dream reflects all things.
You assume, my darling, that nothing ever changes.
Damn. So wasps apparently pollinate. That sucks. Ticks can still go to hell. I hate ticks. If I could just sketch one bug species out of existence, ticks would actually be my first pick. More than anything else. And I say that as someone who has arachnophobia. I would still go for ticks. Hate ticks. I would consider fleas as well.
Valiant, the pale tree summons you.
Is there a problem? It sounds like there's a commotion in the Omphalos chamber.
Those are the emissaries of the 3 orders of Tyria. There is a situation.
The Orders of Tyria? Who are they, and what's going on?
The Orders are organized groups that work against the Elder Dragons. The Vigil, the Derman Priory, and the Order of Whispers. Zaitan's might is growing. Its undead minions rise on the beaches of Kryta and the Tarnished Coast.
Why are the emissaries arguing? What am I walking into?
Hang on, are we done with the racial?
Overlake Haven is in danger of being overrun. The Lion Guard are outmatched.
I think we might be past the racial.
We Sylvari realize that all life is intertwined. If Zaitan threatens one race, he threatens us all.
Then why are the Orders arguing? Why don't they just do something about it?
We think alike, you and I. Let us speak with the Mother Tree.
Okay, no. This is our introduction to the Orders, but we're not actually the Order step yet. We're good, we're good. I thought so, you know.
Munition golems? You want to fight the Elder Dragons with toys and dollies?
Better than throwing away Sylvari lives on a direct assault.
No one's throwing away lives. Vigil soldiers are the best trained fighting force in Tyria.
Valiant. I'm glad you're here. They've been going on like this for an hour. Everyone, please be silent.
Greetings, Valiant. Today you take the next steps on the journey of your wild hunt. Zaitan's forces are gathering at Overlake Haven. The Orders wish to defend the location, but their plans differ. Valiant, I name you to be my herald in this matter. The Grove can only back one of these plans. May your dream guide your decision.
I am honored, Mother Tree. I will do my best.
My name is Branthan. I represent the Vigil. We can have a platoon or raid at Overlake Haven immediately. Our soldiers can handle this situation. In the Vigil, we prefer to fight our enemies head-on. The best way to protect the Haven is to provide military force.
This choice doesn't matter, by the way. Don't stress it.
Lives. Herald, the Dermot Priory proposes a far safer course of action. My name is Earworth. The Priory wants to utilize experimental munitions golems to destroy the undead. We'll have no soldiers on the field at all.
Completely untested munitions golems. You're the one risking lives. What if your golems fail?
And you, Emissary? You've been quiet through the whole argument.
I'm Kai, and I represent the Order of Whispers. I brought this situation to the Pale Tree's attention, but I'll leave the frontline fighting to the others.
Very well. Give me a moment to think this over, and then I'll decide.
Oh, this changes, I think, 2 major story arcs in vanilla, Mr. Red, and then never again. I think actually, like so many things, they actually reference it at certain points in the future. And that's, like, it. Oh my god, Giga. So much whispering, my goodness. So golems or soldiers? Well, apparently we can't go with whispers here. Well, Spartan picked golems, so for that reason alone, let's go with soldiers. Let's do it.
I'm glad to see you have courage, Herald. You'll be an asset to the Haven's defense. I'll rally the Vigil troops and meet you near Overlake Haven.
Don't worry, Branthan. The Priory will have our munitions golems ready if you fail.
Oh, hey, is that a water? Well, actually, it's a spear, which I can equip because I have unlocked spears. So, let's try out spear for a bit, shall we? Oh. Okay. Everyone I've been seeing has been telling me that spears are the new hotness. And if you go browse most of the build sites, because I have been looking at a couple of builds to try and see how a few things work. Oh, my mailbox is full, Giga. That's why. Hang on. Let me fix it. By the way, your mailbox can only hold 10 mail at a time. It does not take long for it to get full. These all are all level 31. Okay. I should have more room now. Get rid of the previous one, and that one, and that one, and that one. There. Inventory, a little bit more full. Thank you for the gear. Again. I don't have an armor crafter. I could make my own weapons. I was just going to buy them, though, honestly. Okay, so there's some weapons. Pistols. Completion of the Astral Ward Arsenal achievement. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, 10 mail. Now, it doesn't count game mail for that total. But still. 10 mail. Yeah, I can't use pistols, but I can use spears and hammers. And swords. I don't know. I have no idea. I am the wrong person to ask what the hell's going on here. Ah. I mean, I'm with you, Lita Fairy. I have run into that 10 male limit multiple times. That's why I immediately knew what it was. As a reminder, there's no trading in this game. That is to say, if I walk up to Braegwyn and I say, here, have some armor, nothing happens. There is no physical capacity to actually trade items in this game. The only way to trade is to right-click and send mail, like this. This is how you trade. So in other words, that's 10 active trades at a time, given the mail limitation. And in case you didn't catch that, the reason I was so full was because I had mails that had no subject and no items in them and no text that I hadn't deleted yet. That counts towards your cap, so I had to delete those. For once, I don't think there's a way to purchase more of those. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. Well, there is a lot of weird spaghetti code stuff in this game, so I'm not sure. Or I think I am. No, actually. Why are there two commanders here? I 100% guarantee you, if they could sell it, they would. This game is incredibly over-monetized. Of course they would sell it if they could. Hey, Loner. Forgive me. You know, I'm curious. Do any of my outfits look good on this character? No. 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 Oops. No. That one's reserved. Perfect. Okay, this is going to be my outfit.
Looks like the Orions got here first.
Is this ranged? Is spear ranged? Oh, that's interesting.
Hail, Herald of the Pale Tree. A fine day for battle, wouldn't you say?
So long as it's a battle we're going to win, I'd agree.
You're fighting with the Vigil today. Our soldiers are well-trained, dedicated, and determined to defend Tyria. Members of the Vigil swear an oath to protect the innocent. We are the light in the darkness. We hold the line no matter...
Yeah, I get it. Thanks for the recruitment speech.
It's a noble duty. So the Vigil is a military organization.
Yes, but we do more than just fight. We also help those who survive dragon attacks and provide charity, as well as defense. Thorns! The undead are everywhere! We need to draw their attention from the Haven, or it'll be overrun before the rest of our troops arrive. Tell me something. Are you willing to start dancing before the band arrives?
I like the way you think. Let's go buy our reinforcements some time.
I'm following you.
I mean, it makes sense for an elementalist spear to be ranged, but I was sort of expecting a melee. So, real quick, here's how you unlock a spear. First, you go down to the most recent expansion, you do Prologue, Tyrian Alliance, and the second quest, which I can't even show you because it's not on the list. The second quest... Oh my god. It's like not there. Oh, of course it's not there. Never mind. Okay, so ignore me. So the second quest is going to take you up here. Sorry. That weirded me out for a second. It's up here. It's somewhere up here. Second quest is going to take you up here. You're going to head north. You're going to meet the Coda. There's going to be like about an hour and a half of just uninterrupted cutscenes, and there's nothing you can do to skip them. Correct, Lita Fairy. Once you finish the first quest and then the second quest, you'll have to trace something, you'll find your war claw, you'll unlock the war claw thing. Once you've done the war claw thing, you have to go to town, and there's someone who's like, I can't believe you don't use spears. Why don't you use spears? we could totally use spears. And the moment you finish the we could totally use spears step, boing, this mastery, which I can't even show you, unlocks. And then you have to gain enough experience to level up that mastery in Janthir. And remember, gaining experience for mastery means doing events in the zone in question. So then, once you have successfully done enough quests and events and all sorts of stuff, took me in packs about half an hour, in order to level it up, you drop a couple of mastery points on it, and behold, spears. That unlock is per account. As you can tell, because my level 30 Elementalist has access to spears. Yeah, mastery stuff is almost always account. It's one of the reasons why I've had to double check myself on a few unlocky things. Because I've had an account since launch. This is my same account I had at launch. So I have a bunch of stuff unlocked.
Get over here and help me.
Get used to that line, by the way. You're going to hear it a lot. So that's a dash. That's a yank. I mean, again, Spear is supposedly the new hotness, so... Spear just came out. It's the most recent expansion. Literally months old, I believe, at this point. And new stuff tends to be better in any MMO. It's not always true, but it is a good standard. What's the best class? Which one got the latest update? Even Hammers was actually added relatively recently, with End of Dragons, I believe.
Thank the six you're here. If you hadn't arrived so quickly, we'd all be dead.
Don't count your seedlings before they sprout. More Orions are on the way. Mark my words.
Who commands the troops stationed here? We need to organize the defense.
Well, see that zombie over there?
Whoops. Well then, I suppose Branthan and I will be taking over on behalf of the Vigil.
Yes, Commander. The gate's shattered, but we still have our cannons. What are your orders?
Station soldiers at the gun replacements and hold your ground here in the courtyard. You humans don't have our Sylvari resistance to corruption, so stay close. If someone falls, be ready to finish them before they rise again.
Don't worry, Jenks. Reinforcements are coming and everything's going to be fine.
That was a nice bit of dancing, but we'll need the Lion Guard if we want to set this place on fire.
Repair these gates and support the ground troops.
Lion Guard, man the cannons. Blast
Act
those
with
Orions
wisdom.
back to their
Hold this
graves.
position and prepare to repel invaders.
Exactly, Mr. Red. I mean, my weird theory is that NCSoft is a terrible, horrible company who, you know, wouldn't know how to manage their way out of a paper bag. I will say this. You know how everyone talks about how the FF14 community is like the best community ever? They are wrong. It is actually the Guild Wars 2 community. No joke. I have rarely met a Guild Wars 2 player who is not willing to help or aid or whatever. Remember what we were talking about yesterday? All of the lengths that the game goes to encourage players to help each other. It works. I mentioned a new player who just started playing the game recently. Well, we don't talk about PvP. WVW is actually pretty legit, but PvP, we don't talk about PvP. It does, ironically, Colbert, it really does. We were doing just some random event in the Gandharan fields just to get them acclimated to how a Necromancer plays, right? Because they were like level 30 or whatever. So it's like, all right, let's go poke at it, see how it is. And there was another player there, and they saw that my friend was doing an event. I was holding back because I was on a Death Dune character. I wanted them to experience it. Another player shows up and says, "I'll help," and charges in and starts helping with the event. And as the event progressed, another player showed up and said, "I'll help," and started helping out with the event. And by the end of the event, we had, I want to say like 8 different characters, 8 different players, all helping out my friend do this stupid random event chain in the Gandharan fields. Wasn't even, yes, the cat is right here. Hello, cat. It wasn't even like a meta. It was just an event chain.
No matter what, protect.
Now he's kneading on my leg. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna have to buy a new shirt after this. I'm kidding. I can get cat fur out of in the dryer. That's true. Map reward tracks exist. Another reason to help people do things. I don't think I can even show you that on this character. Yeah, well, we're in a dungeon now, but I'm pretty sure I still can't show you that. Well, it's funny you say that, Little because I agree completely. I have shown off on camera during the WoW run how cool the WoW community has gotten in recent years. I have dozens and dozens of anecdotes of WoW players just kind of being legit, and it's all recent, right? It's all recent stuff. Hello, cat. Sure, I'll allow you to be there. And nowhere else. No, you can't fit. It's if you fit, you sit, and you don't fit. So you can't sit there. One of my friends.
The vigil isn't. Oh, Brandon. You and the others are already here.
Oh no, the public reputation of WoW's community is awful, which is kind of funny because that's extremely out of date at this point.
Spread out, Vigil. Brandon and the
Hell, even a friend of mine was like, "Oh man, aren't WoW players the worst?" And it's like, well, no, not anymore. Yeah, a lot of the dickheads either went to play Classic or just left. Honestly, during the Shadowlands dip, I know this sounds like such a weird thing to be thankful for. We lost a lot of dickheads in WoW during the Shadowlands dip.
True hunter never lets the prey escape.
Oh, League of Legends players are the worst. They're awful. They're truly terrible. That hasn't changed. That's actually a recent thing. I know one person personally and several people anecdotally who, as a result of Arcane, were like, you know what? Let's finally go try out this League of Legends. No, it's still bad. It's still just as bad as it's always been.
Well done, troops. The Orions have been driven back, and Overlake Haven is safe.
Thank you. I don't know what we would have done without the Vigil. You saved our lives.
It's our honor to serve Tyria. We'll be here to lend our aid wherever it's needed, until the dragons are finally driven from this world.
I picked Vigil when I was doing this, by the way.
Fought. Vigil soldiers are extremely impressive.
So it'd be nice to see something new.
Not only on the battlefield, our recruits are taught honor as well as skill. We don't just want to defend the world, we want to inspire it. You should think about joining us. We could use someone with your courage.
I'll consider it. But tell me something. Did you notice that strange-looking creature watching from the hillside?
I did. I've never seen its like before. If Zaitan has created something new, we'd better figure it out quick, so we can learn its weaknesses.
Agreed. Let's return to the grove. The pale tree is waiting for our report.
Yeah, so it was an obvious pick to pick Vigil. I mean, based on the recruitment speech you just heard and what we just did, why wouldn't I pick Vigil? They're the good guys. They're what a military should be, running around helping people against threats. To protect and serve. So of course I picked Vigil, right? Pro tip, the Vigil story is one of the most boring of the three. Like, it's pretty bad. I'll get you some more cat litter in a bit, I swear. I'll change it during lunch. I will. Amend and defend. I have not done Order of Whispers, and I have not done the Durban Priory. I mean, it's your classic triad, right? Fighter, rogue, mage. I am not showing off all three. Unlike the races, which is a relatively easy ask to do, I don't feel like it. I mean, I could. God damn it, Primarch. Alright, what's it worth to you, Primarch? Bribe me. Bribe me! Give me something. I don't want to play, like, vanilla 3 frickin' times.
Huh? I want to go.
It's not all of vanilla. They really do finally come together. At 80. At 80. I mean, it would be easy to do. I would do it the exact same way I would do the racial intros. I'd just get on one of my 80s who's already geared and ready to go, and just be like, hey, restart story, and then pick another thing. Because, yeah, my thief has already done Vigil, and then I just pick someone who hasn't done anything, I'll have them pick Priory, and then, boom, we're done. Yeah. It's just the thought of going through more vanilla.
Whisper agents report a strange creature leading the attack on Overlake. You know anything about that, Branson?
That's classified information, unless you're planning to join us on the battlefield.
If the Vigil wants to rush off like idiots, go ahead. Our agents are a bit more cautious.
Cautious? I guess that's one word for it.
Who is our majority shareholder for Guild Wars 2? Let's see here. Hang on, let me pull this up. Let's see. The majority shareholder is Valerian. So I'm going to get a hold of Valeria, because it's their choice. I'll make them decide.
I have good news, Mother Tree. Overlake Haven is safe, and the undead have been driven away.
Valiant, I was told about the strange undead you saw on the battlefield. I think I can help you. The creature sounds like a lich. From the description I was given, I think I can identify it as Mazdak the Accursed.
Mazdak the Accursed? I know that name. One of my firstborn, Rhiannoch, went to destroy Mazdak many years ago. I armed him with a thorn from my own bow, a mighty sword named Calatbolg. Both were lost, never to return to the grove. Herald, it seems you have a chance to discover the fate of my lost son, and perhaps even avenge Rhiannoch's death.
Legend says that Rhiannoch chose a human to be his squire. If that squire survived, the Order of Whispers could find him. The Order's very good at tracking people down, even when they don't want to be found.
Untrustworthy as always. I have an alternate suggestion. As you may know, the Durban Priory specializes in researching and recovering lost knowledge. This sounds like an exciting opportunity to experiment with a ritual we've uncovered. If cast, it lets you witness the last moments of a person's life.
The mystery of Rhiannoch's death has pained the Sylvari since the days of the Firstborn. Knowing his fate would help to heal that wound.
Branthan, does the Vigil have any suggestions?
Gathering information isn't our strong suit. Instead, I'll go ask my superiors how to kill a lich. I'll meet you back here when you're done.
Very well. Herald, the choice is yours.
I do actually like how they framed this. Of the three factions, first you get a choice between two, and then you get a choice between other two. No matter what, you're given an option to play all three without having to give you a triple branching choice. Do I need to get you a scratching post, or are you just going to keep scratching up the carpet? I mean, they are, Giga. They 100% are. I've thought that for years. Let's do the Priory. Okay, so the specific question I want to ask Valerian is, should we redo vanilla? Should we do... Hang on, let me think how to phrase this. Should we do vanilla 3 times? Let's just really break that down to its fundamental concept. I mean, we've already met Traharan, for God's sakes. Right there. If it's not obvious, he becomes a major character later.
I want to go spy on them. What harm can it do?
I'm willing to go, just not during the day. The Hylic are most active then.
Hey, look, a die I already have.
You know it. We're both of the cycle of night.
I know, but I'm afraid all will get to see our sleeping Hylic. How boring.
Oh. I'm 31 now. Alright, so... Spear looks cool. I like Spear. But let's do... So we've got a Scepter. Let's try Scepter down here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And then there's Spear. Better Spear. And then Horn. There we go. We'll try that out for a bit. Alright, any advice on getting a scratching post? Like, there's posts, there's this weird, like, carpet-looking thing. He doesn't care whatever's best for the run. Unfortunately, that means doing it. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. This game will get good at some point. Once we're past vanilla. Get a cat box? Well, I have a box. It's right here. He's been refusing to sit in it. It's been very frustrating. I also got him like a cat bed thing, which he has also been refusing to sit in, which is also frustrating. Is there a scratching box? I'll ask Pax later. Pax is a cat person, and he currently has 2 cats. Uh-oh. I'm going to read Valerian's response, and Valerian's going to be like, well, I do hate Lore, and I want him to die. So make him do whatever's the worst possible thing for that. Yeah, I already got him a cardboard box, and he has completely ignored it. Much to my frustration. Stupid cat. Yes, in fact, it's gotten 4 Primarch. He doesn't like anything bag-related. He'll run from it immediately. I don't know why. Never figured that out. Oh yeah, let's go into the swamp. This is exactly what I want. Yeah.
Harold, please, come over here.
What?
Well met, Harold. I'm so excited about this, I'm positively tingling. The Priory does a great deal of research into ancient forms of magic, and this ritual was a real find. One of our explorers discovered it while tomb raiding in the Crystal Desert. I tell you, one learns the most amazing things as part of the Derman Priory.
Your order sounds tremendously exciting. How do we cast the ritual?
The ritual allows one to step through time and experience the last moments of the subject's life. You will actually tangibly be there.
Could I change anything? Save his life?
Sadly, no. Events which have already happened are fixed in time. However, there is one caveat. Although Rhiannok's death is predetermined, your death is still mutable. The dangers will be quite real, and potentially lethal. You could die as well.
If this ritual helps me learn what happened, then I'll accept the risk. Just tell me what to do.
Press your hand to the earth. The swamp may have swallowed Rhiannok's body, but it cannot keep us from contacting his soul. This will be a test of your courage, Herald. Good luck.
The answer to your mastery point question, Miss Bladerwall, is I'd give up on it. I'm dead serious. Give up on it. Just walk away from it and don't stress it. Vanilla masteries are the worst in the game. You'll notice I have 1 mastery point right now. I need close to, I think, 25 to finish it out. But I'll actually tell you the answer to your question. So you pull up your achievements tab, and you see every single one of these achievements that has a red mastery button on there. Do you see those? That's the answer to your question. So you go do all of these achievements, all of these, and you'll get a mastery point. If you do all of these achievements, you'll get a mastery point. If you do all these achievements, you will get a mastery point. I hate Vanilla Master. I walked away from it. I was slowly working on it. I crawled my way up to getting the auto loot, and then said, I'm good. I'm good. It's worth noting none of the other expansions are really like that. Or at least I've never run into anything like that in the rest of the expansions. But that's the answer. Admittedly, some of these are less bad than others. I couldn't tell you which ones, but I know some of them are. Yeah, here we go. Just hit 18 Ascended Armor skins, and you're good.
Prepare yourself, champion. The ritual begins. Focus on the image of a wild hunter, accompanied by his human squire. He faces his enemy, a vast army of corpses. His struggle is your struggle. His courage, your courage. You are as one. Your breath quickens, and your heart beats faster. You are surrounded. Now, in this moment, you are with Rhiannok.
We make our stand here. The Pale Tree has given me a mighty weapon. Armed with Caliban, we cannot fail.
The Lich is powerful, Rhiannok. His army is vast.
What good is power when it's afforded you by an evil master? What good is an army when you're standing against love, honor, and loyalty? I don't need to understand it. I only need to do what is right.
No! I'm afraid. I'm frightened, Rhiannok. I can't stay.
Wow, that was great voice acting. No, I'm frightened. I can't stay. So here's Scepter. Interesting. I'm so frightened as Miristar of the fact that we're not even a third of the way through vanilla. Oh my god, kill me. So listen, my wife, Mary, have you seen her? Okay, so that's a knockback. That's an aura. That's a tri-nuke, it looks like. Oh, I think I leveled. interesting attack. So this is the Palpatine attack. Or Darth Jar Jar, if you prefer. I have just the best outfit on. Just, this is so what I think of when I think of Elementalist. Oh my god. Juggling, juggling. Oh, shoot. Wasn't looking for a second. I was trying to read my abilities. The short answer, Spartan, is it depends. The long answer is just go do story stuff. And get elite specializations. I've come back. I'm no longer afraid.
I can't do this. The witch is too strong. I'm too scared. Let's use the sword to save ourselves. Come on, let's go.
Caliban, the sword is powerful. With it, we have a chance to...
Chance to escape, yes! You know, I want to live. I have to get out of here.
What?
I don't want to die.
Wait, no. I need Caliban to kill Mazdak. Come back. I cannot give up. Mazdak is coming. Forgive him, Mother. We were both too young.
Waking up, are you? Take your time. Breathe slowly. Now, tell me, what did you see?
A really bad cutscene. Oh wow, this is almost entirely buffs on Earth. That's interesting. Most of these are buffs, actually.
No.
Or debuffs. Anyways, negative to story.
Poor Rhiannoch, abandoned by his best friend. Can't even imagine how that must have felt to a firstborn who'd never before experienced betrayal.
How tragic. The dream was young, and our predecessors knew little of the world. Rhiannoch couldn't possibly have understood what it meant to take such an untried human into battle.
Nevertheless, I cannot forgive Wayne for his cowardice. He didn't just flee, he took Rhiannoch's weapon. With Khalid Bogue, Rhiannoch would have stood a chance. Without it, he was doomed. Come, let's return to the Pale Tree and share what we've discovered.
Yeah, it was bad. That was... I was thinking, oh man, we're totally at the point where everything's fine. No. That was rough. What am I in combat with? God damn it, go away. Or kill me, I don't care which. Same to me. I believe that was Crispin Freeman, yeah. The guy, not the kid. Listen, I'm so afraid right now. I'm afraid of the fact that death exists. I need to live. I'm so frightened. I'm stealing your sword. Goodbye. Wait, is that a hole? Bwah, bwah. Yeah, I remember when we were going through Crispin Freeman. Heyo! When we were going through ESO Vanilla, I kept hearing Crispin Freeman.
No, but I'm afraid all will get
Listen, Giga. What we do in our spare time is our own business. Sorry, I was asked a question by Jalix Experon. I don't ever get a lull in not having an interest. Not having an interest in doing anything. I may be stressed, or I may be in pain, or I may be sick, or I may be going through some really bad times. But I've never had that. Now, hang on. I have a lot of friends who've all told me they have the exact same problem. It's one of the reasons why for the co-op group, I always go with whatever they want to play. Because they're the ones with moods. They're the ones where only something catches their interest right now. Right? That's the best advice I could give if you're having a lull in interest, or if something's not okay. Is try to vary it up, right? Get a little variety in there. You know, maybe try playing something else, or maybe try doing something else. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different types of games, and many of them are good. Maybe try out a different genre, maybe try out a different game, maybe just take a break from gaming for a bit. Variety, right? That's my best advice on that. Yeah, variety is key. Not even joking.
Welcome back, Herald. Tell me, have you learned of Rhiannok's fate?
I have, Mother. Rhiannok died fighting Mazdak the Accursed, but his sword was stolen.
Stolen? What foul, contemptible foe dared steal Caladbolg?
It was no foe. A friend betrayed him. Wayne, Rhiannok's squire. During the battle, he stole the weapon and fled.
Betrayed? By someone he loved? Why are people so drawn to betrayal?
That's a good question, Keith.
Compete in gladiatorial tournaments.
I insist that the Vigil accompany you. We'll face this wretch in the tournament ring and thrash his hide. Our order is founded on the principles of courage and duty. I can't stand to hear that Caladbolg is being wielded by an honorless traitor.
You trusting fool. Wayne will flee if he finds out you're there. With a little trickery, we can manipulate the tournament. Once Wayne's been beaten, the Order of Whispers can steal the sword with ease. Stop thinking with your sword arm and start using your brain.
Both interesting suggestions. Earworth, your thoughts?
I'm afraid gladiatorial tournaments aren't the Priory's forte. While you get the sword, I'll research Mazdak.
Yeah, that's Crispin Freeman.
Location.
Herald, Caladbolg must be returned. Decide and go forth to deal justice.
To compete in the tournament? That's adorably stupid. Why compete when we can just rig it?
You have no honor, Kai. All this needs is a show of force. Once Wayne realizes he's outmatched, he'll give up the sword.
Ugh.
You say honor, and I say smarts. I've got them, and you don't.
You have, Blade Javal. Caladbolg shows up in the future. More than once. So we already did a Vigil plan, so we're going to go ahead and do Whispers. That way we've shown off all three. That's actually a really good question, especially now, since both worlds have kind of unified a bunch at this point. Oh, I'm sorry, Lenareth. Oh, geez. Okay. That's going to be a trip. No, Bregman. I'm not sure when they show up. Legitimately. Whoops. Damn it. Hit a tree. What do you mean, Triaxia? Like, what do you mean by Warcraft 3 moment, rather? Ah, there we go. And yes, sorry, you were mentioning the possibility of having trouble picking something. Several people mentioned that. Honestly, and I mean this with total sincerity, buy a d20. Pick 20 options, or 10. Roll a dice. I'm not actually joking. I know that sounds like some kind of meme answer, but me and my friends have used that many times when we just can't decide or aren't really in the mood for anything in particular. So it's like, alright, let's just go ahead and we'll go here then. We used that for picking food for quite a while. It's like, what do we feel like eating?
Hey there, Harold. Ready to have a little fun at this villain's expense?
I have no pity for Wayne. He stole Rhiannoc's sword and fled, leaving the firstborn to die. He deserves the worst we can throw at him.
I like that attitude. We're putting a lot of pieces in motion, so let me explain the setup. First, we replace the pitmaster with...
Very professional, Raven.
So all his fights will be hard ones. Second, we bribe the Seraph Sergeant to have a few archery misfires into the pit during Wayne's tournament rounds. Lastly, we spike Wayne's drink so his reflexes are impaired during the fight. If all that doesn't take him down, I don't know what will.
You're tremendously thorough. Are all Order of Whispers agents like that?
Yes, we have to be. The Order of Whispers is the oldest organization in Tyria.
They're actually from Guild Wars 1.
The dragons the longest, but we've managed to survive. That's because we're cunning. You'd fit in very well. If you ever decide you'd like to join, I could put in a good word.
I'll remember that, after we swipe the sword.
You've got it. Now come on, let's sow some chaos and get home before anyone knows we were here.
Pretty much everyone here is a tree person, Traxia. We are Sylvari. You can tell because my hair are actually a bunch of leaves and reeds. My friend's in love, but Wayne won't leave her alone. He needs a lesson. My own wife let me for a pit fighter. Oh my gosh, okay. So there's Wayne.
Walking first.
Hey now, it's rude to stare. Now watch the fighters and let Daddy drink his beer.
Oh my god. I like to think that they bleed chlorophyll. It's okay, Mr. Bull. Shh. What are you talking about? This is extremely normal clothing for a high fantasy setting, which Guild Wars definitely is.
You got something to say?
You want a drink?
So, you're Wayne. I've heard of you. You're a famous gladiator from Lion's Arch. Let me buy you a drink to celebrate your upcoming victory.
Nah, I don't drink before a fight without a good reason, and I don't drink alone.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'll share one with you. Come on, just this once. What's the harm?
Well, I suppose. Not like you twigs are any threat, after all. Bottoms up.
Yep, us twigs. That's us. Ahem.
Over here. The fight's about to start. I saved you a good standing place.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this. I've bought a few microtransactions in this game, and I don't regret any of them. But only a few. Almost everything I got was something I got during an event. Of these, I only bought this for my Necro, and this for my Mesmer. Everything else is something I got from an event. And for the mounts, the skin I bought was the one I used, the branded skin. It was actually two separate purchases. It was like all of these, and then the Sky Scale. At some point, I am going to buy another branded skin, which is this one right here. But yes, this outfit and the outfit you were just looking at are both store-bought. Oh, I don't remember. So that's Imperial and Balthazar. Hang on a sec. No, you can't get any of this stuff in the game. Okay, the Imperial outfit was 700 gems. And Balthazar... yeah, could you hurry up, Wayne, please? Balthazar's was also 700. And I know what you're thinking. How much is 700 gems? Well, it depends. But it's about 10 bucks. It's a little under 10 bucks per skin. Well done. Wayne's looking tremendously disoriented. It's a shame the archers aren't as accurate as they are greedy. I didn't see any wargs. Did you think some of Wayne's drug? You might be hallucinating. Wait, Wayne saw the wargs too. Is that an iguana over there? Remember, the old announcer still needs to be replaced.
Why'd I bet on that run? I should have known Wayne would win.
Wayne always wins. I told you that 3 bouts ago.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just a sucker for the underdog. Huh?
Give me gold. Here, have some gold. That's a lot of coin.
I'm too old for this drivel.
I should probably get the antidote to this stupid thing. Yeah, hang on. Let's see what's available right now. So all of these are available right now, right? All the ones with the exclamation mark on them. I'm going to my wedding. Or like I'm evil. Or like I'm camping. Or like I'm... I don't know what that is. Okay, that's actually kind of cool looking. Oh, it says the price right there. 560 for each of these. So that's about $6. That's pretty cheap, actually. What was I looking at? Oh, right. So a bit of a pro tip for you guys, okay? Because I was looking into this literally just last night, and it's awful, okay? You ready for this? You ready for this? So, these are gathering items, right? Gathering items have charges. Functionally, they have durability. Which means, once you've gathered so many items, you have to replace your gathering tool. Make sense? Not to worry. There's quite a few infinite gathering items, all of which you purchase in the store. Okay, so I was thinking about actually going ahead and springing for that finally. They are either $10 per slot, so that's $30 in order to get that, or about, of course I can't find it now. I was looking, it's like 25 bucks for a bundle to get all three. Oh, here we go, 27 right there, 27. Actually, the one I want is volatile. There you go, this one right here, $27. This is the specific one I was looking at, right here. So you're probably thinking, wow, it's only $27 to not have to rebuy stuff. What a steal! Hang on. There's actually another caveat, which nothing tells you about. These are ascended, not legendary. You're probably thinking, what's the distinction? Well, if you play a lot of alts, it adds a little bit of hassle. What that means is you can put them in your shared storage and then pull them out on another character. But you have to do that every time you want to switch characters for who's using them. Make sense? In other words, you don't just get a crafting item for every character. You get a crafting item you can hand between your characters. That one irritation prevented me from buying it, because I don't feel like dealing with that. And honestly, at that point, that is more or less the exact same irritation as just keeping some orichalcum stuff in my inventory. Not worth the money. Whether it's worth it or not to you is up to you, of course. You be the judge. Why is everything on fire? Oh, okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Everything has a place in the eternal alchemy.
We need an hang on, who are you complaining about? Oh, whatever. We need to announce you. Go announce. Yeah, if you're going full tilt into gathering, it's of course worth it. You will make your money back, relatively speaking, in gold, if nothing else. But if you're just playing the game, you know, if you're playing the main game and not the other game, I wouldn't even bother. These people are really having a good time. Okay. Hey, Plant, did you see them? See what? The wargs. Yeah, oh my god, wargs! I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. Here, drink this. More wargs! Yeah, there's a reason I specifically pulled up the volatile magic gathering ones. Because those will give you volatile magic every time you gather. And volatile magic can be used for a bunch of stuff. And just getting a slow trickle of volatile magic constantly is helpful. Wow. Also, if you're going to get more than one legendary, it might be more worth it at that point.
I don't know where the organizers found you, Char, but you're going down all the same.
The last guy who talked to me found himself talking out of his stomach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, too, Colgan.
Whoa, that big Char is a scary beast. I hope the new commentator takes bets.
Why do you do this to yourself? You'll lose that coin as soon as Wayne gets in the ring.
Maybe you're right, but I'll bet anyway. What's the harm in hoping?
Welcome, young and old, Asura and Char, Sylvari and Quaggan. Really, we have a Quaggan. Welcome.
Oh my god, we do.
Extravagant face punching. On one side of the pit, we have our undefeated champ, Wayne. On the other side, Great Vicious. How vicious is she? She'd throw a drowning man both ends of the rope.
Cool. Quaggan likes
She's
me.
so vicious. If you kicked her in the heart, you'd break your toe. She's so vicious. Well, all right, fine. Let's see some carnage.
Have fun, Spartan. And we never heard from Spartan again. So right now, all my Wizard Vault stuff, since I'm capped out on Descended Armor for the time being, is going towards getting legendary stuff. At the moment, it's Mystic Coins and Mystic Clovers. That's actually unironically pretty good, Fulcrum. It's better than I would have.
What's going on?
Still fighting.
You won't take me alive.
In case you missed the joke, by the way, he was talking about, oh my god, there's oozes. And she said, what is this, a hallucination? Why are all the dredge birds?
Ah, there you are, Bright Eyes. Come on, the sword's waiting.
Yeah, that was probably the best quest in the game so far. It's admittedly not saying much, but it's still true.
Here's an idea. I'll grab that big mudgy sword for you. I've heard mention of you.
Shame we missed the fight. It was quite exciting, though. I suppose you had other things in mind. Wait, what happened? Wayne was defeated by Thrakes and a riot broke out amongst the folk. Oh, okay.
Fantastic! It worked. I thought we had no chance.
Hang on. Kai, what happened? Where'd the dredge go?
Dredge? Right, wow. That stuff was strong. Don't worry. The good guys won. Wayne fell over like a chump. And we've got Caladbolg.
But the oozes! The oozes! And the dredge!
Ooh, boy. We'd better get out of here before you start calling me Queen Jenna and thanking me for the tea.
The oozes! Oh, sure, hang on. Here's Worldview World. Okay, there it was. Did you blink, Master? You might have missed it. So, the riot broke out amongst the betting folk. Eli calmed them down with threats via her hologram. Do you think her hologram magic would be useful? Well, that'll help. She can utilize his hologram very effectively. So what happened to Wayne? He fell like a rock. I didn't let anyone take the sword, though. Told him it was cursed, and the superstitious lot fled. Wayne, you're lucky to be alive. Be thankful.
Excelsior.
You're really good at something. Good to meet you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. It was fun. Ooh, a spiked beer stein. Oh, yeah. Blood. Sorry, what? No, I'm not showing off WVW. It is firmly part of the other game. The other game does not exist. Besides, I'm only like level 26 or something over there. Look, I got my gift of battle. I'm good. I'll never need another gift of battle. Ever. Right?
Wayne is not the only villain in this tale. We must bring down Mazdak.
Killing a lich is no easy matter. It will require significant planning.
Every creature has a weakness, even Mazdak. If we have the knowledge, we will know where to strike.
Welcome, Herald. Join our circle. There is much to explain.
Greetings, my courageous herald. I have heard news of your victory. Caladbolg is returned at last.
It was difficult, but worth it. Wayne's been punished at last.
Herald, my research at the Priory proved fruitful. I know where Mazdak the Accursed was buried, and I believe I know his next target. He's planning to attack a human town known as the Ascalon Settlement. If we don't stop him, he'll wipe them out.
He's attacking Ascalon Settlement. They're a peaceful area. They have very few defenses. We've got to stop Mazdak.
We have the soldiers. If the Pale Tree would allow Caladbolg to be born into battle, the Vigil can destroy Mazdak. All it takes is firepower, courage, and a direct assault.
You always think in a straight line. Look, Mazdak's forces will have to move through the Centaur tribes to get to Ascalon Settlement. Why not turn them against each other and take down two birds with one stone? The Order of Whispers could do that easily.
I know where Mazdak was buried. The Priory could explore his tomb, get past the traps, and find a way to destroy the Lich while he slumbers. It's the logical approach.
This Lich must be destroyed. For Rhiannoch. For Tyria. Listen to me. The Orders wish you to join them. If you do, they will lend you strength. With their backing, we can defeat Mazdak. It is your destiny to fight Zaitan. Joining an Order will help you achieve that goal. Choose wisely.
Herald, I place Caladbolg in your care. Decide how to defeat Mazdak, and know that the hopes of the Grove go with you.
Jesus Christ, I need 3,000 red rift, 1,200 masterwork rift, and 600 rare rifts. Oh my god. That's awful. No wonder people do rift chains, or trains, excuse me. That's so terrible. Sorry, I was trying to identify the bottleneck on the weapon I wanted. And I think that might be it. That and research. I would need 2,500 research, which is insane. And I'd need to spend some time in WVW again. Easy, that's easy. That's easy. What's the shark, Giga? Yeah, no, so... Looks like, oh, you mean Frenzy? The one I just sold? So, yeah, it looks like what I would need is about 1,000 gold, which I have. And then I would need 2,500 research. I'd have to spend a lot of time in WVW, like several days worth of WVWing. And then I would have to rift grind. That's 3 bottlenecks. I may just give up on that. I may just give up on getting a legendary weapon in general. That is just... That's too much. So we're joining the Order. For a Giga.
I'm glad you decided to join the Order of Whispers. We'll handle the formalities after the battle. Traherne, will you accompany us on this adventure? Your knowledge of Orien undead is second to none.
I'm still not joining your order, but yes, I will lend my aid.
You leveled again, yay! Go away.
I know you. Where have you been? I haven't seen you around in a long time.
I've been away, traveling across...
Oh, that looks amazing, Giga.
Did you see anything interesting on your
Jesus.
travels?
It is easier, but I kind of don't care.
From the centaurs of the west to the dragon...
But, like...
What was...
I don't want a legendary because it's good stats. You know what I mean? If I wanted something that's good stats, I'd just go get an ascended spear. Which, honestly, speaking realistically, it might be easier to just make a few ascended spears than to bother with that nonsense. I'll have to look into that. Oh yeah, all I have to do is run Dragonstorm. As a reminder, I've run Dragonstorm a lot. How many times do you think I have ever gotten a Ascended drop from Dragonstorm? I was actually thinking about it, because the answer may surprise you. It's actually 1. You remember that greatsword that I showed off on Minecro? That's where that dropped. I didn't realize it until you mentioned that you got the drop from Dragonstorm, and then it just sort of clicked in the back of my mind. Oh yeah, that's where I got my greatsword from. Really, Eitri? Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I got that from. Pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure on that. Oh, I forgot to change my outfit. Whoops.
Hurry, this way. There you are.
Oh, it takes my helmet off. Aww.
Cause a little trouble. Order of Whispers style.
I'm ready, Kai. But where is everyone? The village looks nearly empty.
Whispers agents pulled a few strings and called in Seraph Lieutenant Locum's gambling debts. In exchange for a clean slate, he's ordered the village evacuated. They'll only be gone for a little while, but in the meantime, we'll meet with the Harathi Centaur and convince them to come to the settlement.
We're going to turn the town over to centaurs. How can that possibly help defeat the undead?
I see where Kai is going with this. Think like a spy, not a soldier, my friend.
It's a trap, of course. The undead will storm the village, and when they get here, they'll fight the centaurs. Once the two groups have decimated each other, the Seraph return and retake the town. Locum looks like a hero.
And in the confusion, we three backstab Mazdak while his army is otherwise engaged. That's my kind of fight.
It's a cunning plan. Let's get started.
Okay, the only reason I put on this stupid outfit was because I wanted to look silly for the cutscenes. This is Order of Whispers. They're not supposed to be the good guys. They are the good guys, but they're not supposed to be. The only reason they're the good guys is there's much worse in the world. That's actually a good way to put that.
But why? The village is perfectly safe.
It will not be safe for long. The Orions are on their way. You must evacuate.
Evacuate? But this is my home. All of my things are here.
Things can be replaced. Lives cannot. Champion, can you make her see reason?
Sure thing. Foolish human. Literally, the option I just picked was foolish human. It worked.
Doom. Yes, yes, Doom. Come on. Lieutenant Locum ordered everyone to evacuate, and that includes you.
Doom.
Do one more sweep for stragglers, then get to the safe zone.
Yes, sir. You're sure we can trust these Sylvari, sir?
You don't have to trust them, Sergeant. As a member of the Seraph, you only have to trust me. You have your orders.
Understood, sir.
I'm actually, honestly, the gift of battle is whatever. The gift of war worries me more. That's what, 250 of those damn things?
Yes.
I know it's a sacrifice, but it's a necessary one. Yeah, we had to bribe you to do the right thing, but sure. Act like you're all noble.
The Harathi don't scare me. They're just centaurs, and we've beaten them before. Why should we leave?
If you stay, you will be slaughtered by the undead. The centaurs are not the problem. They are the solution.
Slaughtered? Are you threatening me? I'm not scared of you either.
Harold, handle this fool before I pare her like an apple.
Huh?
Hmm. If you want to die, I will kill. I'm not leaving just because shrubs are quivering in the breeze. You notice how much weird Okay, speaking as someone who's been playing Guild Wars 2 a lot since Path of Fire, it's weird seeing all the casual racism that I think is only in vanilla. Like, all of this just kind of goes away as soon as the races unite. Right? I get that's kind of what they were going for, was having the races unite, but Jesus Christ, we've been under siege from Zaitan for how long now? Never mind the fact that Kral Katorik has been a roaming force for years. Why is there this casual racism?
This should be interesting. Let's see how it turns out, shall we?
I mean, I get it. Almost every fantasy setting leans into racism because it's such a problem in real life for some reason.
Pirates are preying on the evacuees.
Let go of my things, you
I
dirty
may be
sea rat!
unscrupulous, but that's downright mean. Let's teach them a lesson.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, Jesus. And I'm down. Jesus. And down again. And up again. Maybe? What are these? No, I'm level 32. This is a level 30 zone. Whatever.
Let me do the talking. These Harathi aren't as dumb as they look.
Jesus! Also, I disagree with that. The Centaur are very stupid.
That is far enough. You said you wish to bargain. Speak.
Noctis expects us. Do you want to explain to him why you turned us away, Hoof-Face?
Very well. You may enter. Walk with respect, or you will never leave.
I'd try to threaten you, but I just nearly got killed by a couple of thugs, so maybe I shouldn't talk big right now. And yeah, I have the 29 and 25 armor on. I just got my face beat in. Jesus. Alright, whatever.
Land spirits. By the living soul of the earth, I did not think it to be true.
Spirits of the land. That's us. We're angry at the humans of Ascalon settlement. We've used our magic to chase the humans away. See for yourselves. The gates are open and the streets are empty. Go there, Centaur, and claim your prize.
Noctis, the humans are fleeing into the hills. The spirit tells truth. The village is undefended. Gallop to the human settlement immediately. Bless you, spirits. The Harathi will long remember your deeds.
Yeah, I bet you won't. Question. Considering the Sylvari have been around for quite some time now, how have the Centaur never heard of the Sylvari? Like, are they just this ignorant? Is that what we're going for here? I mean, I know there's a bunch of Centaur tribes, and they're all stupid. We'll kill you! Why are you killing us again? Because we'll kill you! Okay. Like, seriously, we've encountered, what, one decent Centaur? Ever? And that was in the previous game! Oh, yeah, in Season 2. So we're up to two. Two decent Centaurs. Ever. The same reason zombies are evil. I'm not even joking. They're an acceptable target.
The town is as silent as death. You are noble spirits, and friends to the Harathi.
Yeah! Yes. Yes, I am your friend.
The risen march upon Ascalon settlement will need to work together to hold this place.
What is this? The undead? To arms! The Harathi have not retaken this land only
Remember,
to see it fall
Lich
to
is our
corruption!
priority. Don't waste time fighting anything else if you can help it.
Oh god, big guy. Run. I've got Caliblog and it sucks. Gotta accommodate. Hi, Judo Joker. Whatever the sword is I'm currently wielding. Oh, it doesn't even say. This one. This stupid sword. It doesn't say. Whatever. Actually, I have distinct memories of this sword kind of sucking. But only for my thief, who was a ranged character at this point in time. I was dual-wielding pistols. Switching down to this was kind of weird for me. Having said that, yeah, I imagine for a lot of classes, it was like, oh man, thank God, a real weapon. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna suck, Jetstream. It already has sucked. You can see the current score. It's not scoring very well. It's okay. Once we get past vanilla, I do anticipate pluses will show up. The question is, will they outweigh the negatives? Only you can be the judge of being knocked down in the middle of doing your big AoE attack. God damn it. Yes, soon we will quite literally be going to greener pastures. Oh my god, that hurt. That hurt. Oh, trust me, Jetstream. I played this game at launch. And then I quit it for 5 years. I mean, dual-wielding pistols is nice. Because you get one ability. Just the one, which is the barrage. It was the only thing that made it worthwhile. Not just because of fun, but, you know, because you could actually do some damage. Not good damage, just damage. It was quite literally better than nothing. Get some bleeds stacked up. You know what? Honestly, yeah, Giga, if you don't mind. It's up to you, of course. I'm not going to drag you, but some of these Caliblog quests kind of suck.
Die by my hand.
That's a good question, Eitri. I'm going to go with no, because we've pretty much already established precedence on that for both World of Warcraft and FF14.
Pathetic little adventurers, come fight me.
I get your point, though. Don't worry, you'll be there for a few months, Spartan. I'm kidding, it's not that bad anymore.
The touch of that sword is like fire. This cannot be.
Oh yeah, no, this is about a 20-year-old game, really. It's got lots of coats of paint on top of that, but at its fundamental core, this is a 20-year-old game, and it shows. For the record, I do like Guild Wars 2, who's never heard me say that. Just, we're doing the worst first.
I will break the calendar and you along with it.
Well, good luck, Spartan. That's all I'm gonna say. I know, Eitri. That's not voice acting. Yeah, woo, I'm sorry for this. What? Yeah, we did it. We did it. We won. I think. Sorry, I'm being facetious. I apologize. Yeah, Skyscale, now that I'm actually out of that. Yeah, I think you literally need to finish the end of Season 4 in order to gain access to the Skyscale. And the Skyscale is probably what you're talking about. Hey, Crazy Norse.
Mazdak the Accursed is dead. By the blade of Kalidberg, Rhiannoch is at last avenged.
Well done, Initiate. Your cunning and nerve really threw those undead for a loop. I'm proud you're a member of the Order of Whispers. Now, for the rest of your initiation. Go to Lion's Arch. There, you'll be contacted by an apple merchant.
Tibia.
Meet with him to get your first formal assignment.
Thank you, Kai. You can count on me. Keith, you're so quiet. Are you injured?
No, I'm thinking. Rionok died before he could fulfill his wild hunt. He failed because he was alone. If we wish to fight Zaitan, we must not let fear or anger force us apart. If we do not find a way to defeat the dragons, Tyria will be destroyed. Tell me, my friend, do you think it's possible for people to let go of their differences? To unite?
Our dreams inspire us, Keith. We must never give up hope, or we give up the dream itself.
Then I must also go to Lion's Arch. It is time to call together Destiny's Edge.
This is actually the official point at which the dungeon MSQ starts, by the way.
To the Pale Tree. I'll be sure to tell her the tale of Mazdak's defeat.
Will I see you again, Traherne?
No.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Our wild hunts are linked, my friend. We will need one another. May your path be filled with adventure and joy.
No, I'm in vanilla.
Until we meet again.
Yeah, spirit chart. Yeah, it's always worth remembering. This is something that's actually shown up for me recently, too. It's always worth remembering that it goes down from, this kind of stuff, right? Even the worst stuff in Guild Wars 2 is still better than, frankly, most MMOs out there. Like, if you look at it statistically, pound for pound, counting all of it, this is so much better than the actual dreck we could get down to. That's why we don't play those games. Because the dreck. I don't even care. Just whatever. Give me something. Sure. Fine. What? Why are you taking me to the house? Why are you kidnapping me, Giga? No! Yeah, pretty much, Colgrim. Pretty much. That's true for anything, too. Anyone ever watched Jurassic Park? Okay, I'm gonna stop that now. Jesus, Giga. This is not how I usually see people. You can change your house to look like a lot of things. This is, I've never seen someone do a house like this. This is very appropriately Giga. Yeah, exactly, Linerith. I've played an enormous quantity of MMOs. I honestly can't remember half their names anymore. I mean, everyone remembers Dark Age at Camelot, and of course the original Big Three, which was Asheron's Call, EverQuest, and Ultima Online. The current Big Three, which is WoW, FF14, and Guild Wars 2. Everyone knows RuneScape, everyone knows, ESO. But then you get into the weird ones, and that's when I start to struggle a bit, because I'm having trouble remembering.
And you shall find.
Do I? Oh, I do! You're right, I need to level more. Okay, well, the good news is, got that ready to go. Yeah, Matrix Online, that's easy to remember. Lord of the Rings Online, that's easy to remember. Then there's like this weird, I think it was called Flyff, F-L-Y-F-F. I want to say is what it was called. Don't even quote me on that, I'm not even sure. Was Matrix Online any good? No. Did I play City Heroes? Yes, although not as much as I actually wanted to. None of my friends wanted to play City Heroes, so we never actually got big into that one. Hang on, I'm gonna... Oh, God, Giga's killing me! Let's go ahead and sell some crap while we're here. Get out of my inventory. And yeah, Aeon, A-I-O-N. Another NCSoft game, actually. Just get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's an 8-slot bag, whatever. I've already unlocked the skins, so let's just get rid of that. And I've already unlocked that skin, so let's just get rid of that. Okay. Weirdest MMO. Yeah, Aeon was a weird one. We were talking earlier about games where the intro pops and then it immediately gets worse. Aeon was like that. Aeon's intro was actually pretty legit. Interesting concept, interesting world building, good quest design, good story presentation, and it hooked me pretty much immediately. And then you finish the tutorial area and go to the first city, and it's like a cliff. It immediately stopped being good. Fun fact, I could say the same thing about Terra. You should go do Codicus's Banner. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. What's here? What am I doing? Oh, that's just it. Wait. This is level 40 quest. Hang on. 1 second, please. I need to check something. Well, see, the thing is... first of all, I need to leave immediately, so I'm going to do that. The combat was good in Terra. I will always give it credit for that. Also, I really liked the starter zone in Terra. There was an interesting and engaging story, lots of fun encounters, and some good quest design. Then you left the starter zone. Oh, sorry, EVE Online. I actually played a decent chunk of EVE Online, and in fact, I played the beginning chunks of EVE Online many times. Something I would do regularly, this is not a joke, is I'd start up a new account in EVE Online and just go play around until I hit that inevitable quit point, right? And then I was like, nope, I'm good. And then I'd peace out. Because, once again, EVE Online's early part of the game, when you're still trying to work on getting your very first destroyer, I think is the second ship class, is actually pretty fun. You know, getting set up, getting your first few mining runs done, getting a couple of jobs in, navigating the space, exploring a few things, learning your first few skills. No, I would never join a corporation. I do not hate myself that much. The initial part of the game, the initial setup of the game is fun, and then it just kind of turns into, well, what EVE Online is actually known for. Okay, I need to check something really quick, so I'm going to go do that. Why can't I raise these buttons? Do I have to be 80? Yeah, whatever. I want to show you something, just for funsies. So here's our Ranger, right? Which we will actually be playing later. The whole game is slowly dying like that, right? For that exact reason, too. EVE Online is very antithetical to new players. And so it's been very slowly bleeding out. It's been pretty slow. They only lose like one player every few months, but they are slowly dying. I was gonna say, I thought we set up an outfit for this one, and we did. It's that kind of nice green-looking thing. Yeah, the only reason I have as many as I do right now, Eitri, is because of convergences. Where are they? Where are they? There they are. See? 280 and 40. This is from a no, excuse me. This is from 2 convergences right here. One of which was a weekly. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Lore, this is all a great showcasing of just how bad it is to level in this game, but let's say I just plop down one of the many, many, many ways I have to just hit 80 immediately. What does it look like? Well, I'll show you. So you hit a boost, and the first thing it does is it warps you past vanilla. Because why are you in vanilla? Even the game doesn't want you to be in vanilla. I'm not joking, by the way. Like, this zone is the end of vanilla. It's right before Heart of Thorns. This is the end of Living World Season 2, to be very specific. Yeah, who's Zaitan? Okay, so hey, we're level 80 with a chunk of gear and several skills, as you can see. Now, this is how this works. So I do actually want to show this off. So if you blow, you'll notice I still have the 80 booster right there. Do you see that? Shovel Farming. Oh my god. I still have the 80 booster because I haven't actually spent it yet. This is a trial. So this is Silver Wastes, which is a whole zone. There's some events that are actually, at least back when I used to do these, were still done relatively frequently. And it's a way to try out your class and see what you think of it. It gives you celestial gear and a rune relative to your spec or class or whatever. Oh, this outfit that this gives you will honestly hold you for the rest of the game if you don't care about doing hard stuff. This is all orange gear, which is the second best stats in the game. It's not very optimized for certain builds, but it is still generally decent stats. You'll notice it's celestial gear, which means rather than focusing on 1, 2, or 3 stats, it has a little bit of everything. See? Power, precision, toughness, vitality, ferocity, healing, condition, concentration, expertise. Same thing with the rune, right? So you get a nice, big, generic thing. It still will work for most stuff. So if you don't care and you just want to do the MSQ, don't worry about it too much. Yeah, there's several classes will be just fine with Celestial, and there's plenty of stuff you can use. I'm going to go ahead and put on my Legendary there, because of course I am. Now, yeah, Berserker... Moving on. Yeah, Berserker is... So, it gives you a build? Yeah, there it is. And it actually gives you a talent build and some abilities and says, here you go, here's a tryout thing. Now, you could still screw with this. You could still try out several other things, right? And you could say, oh, I want to try this. The only thing you cannot try out is elites. So here's the thing. This, I should be saying right now, wow, this is a really good trial. But I'm not a good liar. This is a passable trial. This is an acceptable trial. It's not the worst. You get a zone to play around in, and you get a basic, let's call it what it is, vanilla build to try out. But here's the thing. Druid, Soul Beast, Untamed, those are the actual builds. Pretty much everything in this game rotates around the elite specs. And you'll notice you cannot access these in the trial at all. Now, there's reasons for that, and those reasons are dumb. Just to put that very, very bluntly. So this, honestly, is... the only thing this is a good indicator of as a trial is of a vanilla account. Someone who isn't going to do any expansions. And if you've been hearing anything from me for the last 2 days, it's get the hell out of vanilla as quickly as you can. The other problem, I do remember the Trial and Well. The Trial and Well is better in every way. As I've already said. So the way, I actually talked about this recently. So here's how this works out. In WoW, first of all, if you're playing brand new, you can play the game up to level 20 for free. There's a bunch of limitations on interactions with other players, but don't worry about that. That's there to prevent botting, and I actually approve of that. Almost every MMO does that, including this one. So instead, you get to play your character up to level 20, but you can also keep playing past level 20, and there's ways in which that is still playable. And if you're just playing the normal experience, what will happen is you go through the tutorial zone, which will get you to 10, and then it will dump you into Dragonflight, which is the new player experience, which is awesome. Really good trial. It allows you to really feel your class, really feel how you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's actually another thing, which is probably what Magister was actually asking about. So there's a level boost in World of Warcraft. You get one. I actually think I still have one right now. But you get one anytime you buy a new expansion, and there's ways to get them elsewise, just like in Guild Wars 2. If you pop that, what it does is it boosts you immediately to max level, which at the moment is 80, and says, here you go, try out stuff. And it'll, like, push you onto a line of content to try out. But you can then immediately leave that line and just go do pretty much whatever the hell you want to do. And just try out dungeons or raids or questing or whatever and change your spec around. You can actually change your spec. You can actually access all kinds of stuff. It's actually a very, very good trial. It is probably the best one. Then there's FF14, which doesn't have a trial to speak from. What I mean by that is it doesn't have a class trial. There's a huge asterisk to that. So if you want to try out your class at 50, once you get to a certain level and do a quest to unlock it, you can go to something called the Palace of the Dead and try out your class at 50. Which is very non-indicative of what a class... It's worse than this, right? It's barely indicative of what a class plays like. Once you get to Stormblood, you can then go do another unrelated thing, which is the High Heavens, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called, because it's terrible. And it's just Palace of the Dead again. Same concept, but up to like 70 at that point. And then there's a place called Boja, which is accessed in Shadowbringers, which is the 4th expansion now. And that gives you access to playing Heaven on High, thank you. And that gives you access to playing up to about 80 or 90, I forget which. None of those are actually class trials in any way that actually counts, which is why I say FF14 doesn't really have a class trial. It is, I think, a huge hole in FF14 and one they need to fix. Because, let me put it to you very, very simply. Forgive me for ranting about a completely unrelated game right now. But in FF14, let's say you make a Thaumaturge right now, okay? There's a decent chance that relatively quickly you will decide that you hate that class, probably because it sucks. However, as several people in chat can attest to, including me, once you get up to, I think it's like 90, actually, Black Mage suddenly becomes really, really good. And is actually a really awesome class. In fact, basically every class is awesome once you get to 90 plus. And that's the problem. How would you know that you actually enjoy the class you're playing until you have sunk dozens and dozens of hours into the class? That's why trials exist. Because it is a huge time ask and huge time sink just to see if you even like a particular class. So while Guild Wars 2's trial, to bring it back on topic, is not the best, it is literally better than nothing. So it gets the number 2 slot for the big 3. I was actually thinking the same, Giga. I think we'll give the trial thing 1 positive. It's true, the point of FF14 is to waste your time. Let's see. I hope so, Crazy Norris, to be quite honest with you. But I don't know. I mean, Guild Wars 1 didn't really have the Trinity either. So. Okay, so. Now that we're here, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I would like to go ahead and confirm that I want this, because this is the character I'm going to blow this on. Yes, 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 yes. Boom. And now we're a real boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just misread that as, WoW calls, will you answer? And my first thought was, yes! Oh, wait. And now, I will grab these bags from Giga. Thank you again for these bags. I do appreciate the help. This is what they were for. Yeah, the call of the wowed. Oh, I should actually set up my stats. So, sorry, real quick. If you do actually get a legendary, if you equip it, you'll notice it has no stats. Good news, this is a relatively recent change. There's actually a big red exclamation mark. Do you see that on my necklace icon? So it'll tell you, hey, you need to set your stats. I'm just gonna go with Berserkers because that's like the default. Don't worry, you can change it at will. There's no just you can just change it whenever. It's the Dragon Isle as a wait. And honestly, I'm probably not even gonna touch the rest of my gear. I've got Orange Celestial. I'm fine. Don't stand there. Go ahead and open up all that crap so we can get rid of it. Put that down there. What's this? Oh yeah. Oh, they give you 15 slaughters. They do? I didn't even know that. Let's see. We get a die pack. Let's see. I have already unlocked several of these dies. Not all of them. I'm surprised by how many of those I had not unlocked. Some mining picks, an axe, and a sickle. Buff food, which I will very slowly go. Mythic salvage kit, which is the good one. Buff item. More die. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Go with frost kit. And then, what's one I don't have that I actually care about? Sure, that one. Oh, these are account bound. Well, I'll just put those up there. Dump that on the trading post for pennies. Dump that on the trading post for pennies. And we're good. And we now have a new level 80 ready to go. Woo! That's what the process looks like right there. I actually want to go this way really quick because I want to dump a couple of extra things just to clear out my inventory because I don't like crapping in my inventory. And we're good. Destroy that really quick. Yes, there we go. Okay. So I just wanted to do that really quick because I've got to do some off-camera-y stuff. But it's okay because I could totally go to Lion's Arch. Oh, I actually do have Lion's Arch. Oh, right. Of course I do. I actually went there on this character. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to get your wings if you care. Speaking of, really quick. What kind of glider should we use on a ranger? I do have the rainbow wings. So the rainbow wings look really boring, right? Well, that's because they have a lot of die channels. They have the full 4 die channels. So we're going kind of green with this character, right? So let's get like a green highlight there. Hang on. Let's see. What else did we have? Green and tar. That's right. We went with black. That was our actual color. So where's tar? Where's tar? Tar. Where's tar? There it is. That looks interesting. Why is it... okay. I do kind of like the idea of gold. Hang on, let's do black there. Why did it fill in other colors for me? I didn't want it to. But yeah, I do like the idea of getting some gold in there, like right there, I think. No, maybe here. Oh gosh, I'm torn. Hang on. Let's do gold there. Then let's put tar. Where's tar? It's got to be like right here. I'm just staring at it. There it is. There's tar. So let's put tar up top, right? Then the gold, and then we'll have like our nice green look, like a nice deep green, and then like an even deeper green. Maybe the other way around. Maybe like make it a lighter green first. Then like a nice deep green. There we go. Really dark green. Oh, that's too much gold. I don't like that gold. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, that's... No, let's... What if we put the gold up here? No, I don't like it. What do we have for our mount? What's our other color? Midnight Ice. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Correct. It costs a transmutation charge, which you get from various things. You don't get a lot of them, but you can buy them with Wizardry Vault stuff. I'm not far enough away from the stupid way station. There we go. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I feel like that should actually be here. And then Let's put that green here instead. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's closer. That's what I wanted right there. So now we've got our sky scale. And here's what our glider's going to look like. I like it. I like it. I'll think about an outfit in a bit. Although just to check, I sincerely doubt any of my outfits will fit this character. Yeah, no. 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 Perfect! Okay. Hello, Giga. How are you? I am here for the cosplay. I'm here for the convention. No, that's terrible. Am I medium? I am medium, which of course means I have hardly anything. We could just go with the Vigil suit, which I have the full suit of, because for the longest time, that was the actual armor I was wearing on my thief, was just the Vigil suit. Looks like this. Yes, it looks terrible. I hate it. Anyways. Okay, got that out of the way. Sorry, I wanted that done because I wanted to do something off camera with that. Oh, come on. I need to rebind my Warclaw. So Warclaw, I have only very recently unlocked the mastery for this, and apparently Warclaw is just better Raptor nowadays. But only when you level it. So that's extremely recent. How recent? The most recent expansion down here in Janthier. But, as you can see... Oh, I can actually raise this right now. I'll go ahead and do that really quick. So falling damage while riding a Warclaw is reduced to 0. Learn to jump in mid-air is helpful. That's an attack, which is whatever. Do extra damage while riding is sure. And increase endurance regen for all mounts by 20%, which is rather useful. So yeah, the Warclaw kind of replaces the Raptor. But again, it's all the way at the end of the game. There's spear training, by the way. I can finally actually show you this stupid thing. Right there. Anyways. Okay. So, now, since we're already on this character, let's go do the Norn quests, shall we? Get the Norn quests out of the way. Oh yeah, these quests are going to be great. Also, I didn't say this on camera, but thank you, Giga, for the, 200 gold infusion. That actually helped a lot, and helped with the run. So thank you for that. I've spent that on many things at this point, including making Frenzy, which is the reason I have 1,000 gold now. That pretty much funded half of this run in-game, in-universe. You, I guess? Yep, here we go.
Yeah, hey there, Slayer.
I need to fix my outfit.
For coming to help. I've got a serious problem. Wolf teaches us to pull together, to work as a pack. In his name, I ask for your help.
I'm always willing to help, Gamley. Of course I will honor Wolf's teachings. Tell me your problem.
It concerns the warrior shamans, known as Havruns. Valda, the Wolf Havruns' apprentice, was found in a death-like sleep in the woods. Nothing I do seems to help. There's one treatment I have yet to try, but it requires a special flower known as winter sage.
Okay.
And this winter sage can revive Valda?
I hope so. Unfortunately, it can only be found deep in the Grawl caves to the east, and it's extremely fragile. It will be difficult to get past the Grawl and return with the flower intact. If you can do it, bring the plant to me at the Great Lodge of Holbreck. I'll be there at Volda's side.
I will obtain this precious flower, Grawl or no Grawl. In Wolf's name, I swear it.
Also, Blade 12, to answer your question, the salvage-o-matics, Oh, absolutely, Frisco. I have played... It's hard to even quantify how many MMOs I've played, because I've been playing MMOs since before they were called that. I used to play MUDs, and I was there for the birth of MMOs, when they first started using that term for Ultima Online. I have played all three of the big three, both back in the 90s and also in the modern era. And I played a huge amount of MMOs in the in-between. It's one of the reasons I'm so harsh on them, is because I have played so much crap. Okay, so... Yeah, our college actually had a LAN setup where we had one of this Lord of the Rings mud setup, which I'm just going to tell you, for those of you who get it, the Mouth of Sauron was the best loot. And yes to both questions, Mr. Red. Salvagematics. So here's the copper-fed salvagematics. So here's the thing, right? The copper, if you're going to buy salvagematics, there are actually two worth purchasing, in my opinion. There's technically three, but there's two that are really worth purchasing, okay? I think they're over here. Here we go. So, yeah, there's three total. Don't worry about the rune crafters unless you're crafting runes, literally. So just kind of push that out of your mind. So the copper fed is good for everything except for yellows and oranges. The silver fed is good for yellows and oranges. You want to use the silver fed if you're going to try and pull out good stuff like ectos and the like. So if you want to salvage anything yellow or orange, use that one. That's basically it. You do the copper thing for just general stuff. You notice I leave the copper thing up in my shared so I can just be like, salvage all. The silver one, actually, I'll even show you real quick. There's a caveat for these, which I wasn't actually aware of at first, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. And yes, MUDs for these are not where were all text. There was no graphics at all. Or in some cases, there was like an ASCII thing, excuse me. Yep, there's the silver fed right there. So, the way this works is the copper fed actually costs 3 copper every time you salvage. Now, that's a pittance, even by Guild Wars 2 standard. The silver fed costs 60 copper per salvage, and that's not... Ooh, ow. That is not super worth it unless you're getting something that's actually worth it now. So you see the relevance, right? If you're going to get into high-end crafting, you probably want the silver to salvage yellows and oranges. If you don't, just buy the copper and use it for everything. That's the really, really rough overview. I might actually do this. I've been thinking about this, so let me do something really quick. Hang on. The Runecrafter one is only worth it if you're crafting runes. The only additional benefit is that you are crafting runes. Ah! %, chance of salvaging upgrades with the item. 20% chance of rare materials. It also costs 30 copper per. That's it. Like, there's more that goes into that, which I actually don't have off the top of my head. I'd have to go Google more of the specific information. But there's a reason it's called the Runecrafter Salvage-O-Matic, right? Now, if you are crafting runes, and if you're trying to make a legendary rune, for example, then yeah, that's totally worth it. Yeah, we're not even touching rune crafting. We're not touching crafting in general. I do, of course, have crafting. I have a huntsman and a weaponsmith, both at 500. It's a lot easier to do than it used to be, I'll tell you what. Like, back in the day, when I crafted... So the reason I have huntsman is for that gun. You've seen me use the gun on my thief, right? Back in the day, crafting that was just such a colossal pain. Nowadays, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to rain. It's pretty much just, here, drop about 200 gold on it, and you're at 500. That's really what it boils down to. Yeah, by the way, for real money, you can pick up additional craftings. There we go. Sorry, just doing a little inventory rejiggering. Don't mind me. Yeah, by the way, 500 is optional. You only need 500 for a couple of very specific things, usually legendaries. Even some legendaries can be crafted with 400 or I think 450, I want to say, for a couple things. But yeah, 400 will get you the overwhelming majority of crafting that you need. So don't stress it too much. Now, World War II Online. Let me double check myself on this. Because let me see what this is. Okay, so this came out in 2001, which means, yes, this is the one I think it is. In fact, let me go ahead and actually look at a picture. That'll really help me out. Yes, I have actually played this one. I didn't play it for very long. What I used to do back in the days is I used to get invited to a bunch of betas. I didn't do this on purpose. It just kind of happened. And so, yeah, I would be pulled into betas or very much early launches, or I would do open betas, and I would just try out a bunch of different MMOs. World War II Online didn't catch me, so I didn't really stick with it. So, crafting. Crafting. There it is. So here's what crafting looks like. And as you can see, I have a crap ton of resources. I have so many resources, they're spilling out of my bank. So here's my 500 weaponsmith. There's two major aspects of crafting, just regular crafting. So first is you make stuff. There are filters. You can show have materials, have experience, can equip, and you can say different types, you can say different categories. Decent filters. This is exactly what it takes. You can actually see the exact recipe for that and that. So, because in several cases, most of these items take processing and then they take refinement, right? You've got upgrade components, which you can make as well, and most crafting ends up making pieces of an item rather than... So let's say I want to make an axe, okay? Well, you don't make an axe. What you do is you make an axe blade and then a hilt. So, okay, so let's go make the axe blade. So we go ahead and make the axe blade, and then we go up and we make the hilt, which costs these items. You make those two things. Then you gather the two items plus the imbued inscription, which you can also make for several other things. And you can dump in ectos. I've talked about ectos several times. This is what they call glob of ectoplasm. Globs of ectoplasm are one of the most universal crafting items in the game. Almost every legendary in the game takes ectos. Most of the ascended weapons in the game take ectos. And virtually all of the exotic stuff, which is what this is right here, also take ectos. Ectos are useful near universally. This is one of the reasons why I say it's worth spending a little bit of extra to salvage yellows and oranges, is because you'll get ectos, and ectos are always useful. Even if you don't touch crafting, never make an ascended, and never make a legendary, ectos sell on the auction house. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Ectos always sell. So there's pretty much always a reason to get ectos. Moving on. And then you craft it. Boom. But there's one other thing with regards to crafting, and I'm not actually sure where to show it for some reason, because I'm apparently blind. Oh, I have to actually be at a thing. Hang on. Let's go up to the Wizard's Tower. Don't mind this place. This is actually the best capital city in the entire game. You can also gamble with ectos. Don't do that. Unless you know what you're doing. That's also true in real life. Don't gamble unless you know what you're doing. So, Wizard's Tower. Wizard's Tower. This place takes forever to load because it's the best city in the game, and so everyone's here. Best city gameplay-wise, by the way. The reason it's the best city gameplay-wise, I'll show off in just a second, and we will review this place once we get there. Any minute. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. So first of all, there's a Mystic Forge right in the middle. Right over here is a bank and a guild bank right next to each other. There's the auction house. Over here is most of the major vendors. And then right over here is all of the crafting stations. That's most of the major city interactions in 40 feet of itself, right? This is a very well-designed layout. It's why everyone's here. But anyways, so you go to the crafting station. And hey, the thing looks a little bit different. Oh yeah, let me tell you a little bit of a pro tip. Let's say you want to craft something, but oh shoot, I need... No, 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 no. This is story, Bragwin. This is the second to most recent expansion gets you here. Let's say Giga just died on your blacksmithing, and I'm gonna smith the hell out of her. I will forge you into a weapon, Giga. Actually, yeah, exactly, Blade Javal. So, little pro tip. You can access your bank from the crafting tab. So if you ever don't feel like going up to your bank for whatever reason, you can just be like, oh, hey, there's my bank. Cool. And just do this, which I'm going to do that really quick because I meant to do that earlier. And I'm also... Oh, I'm not going to do that. Anyways. Double check. Yep. Okay. Here's also your material storage. I haven't really shown off this yet, but this is all of your crafting mats. As you can see, there are many of them. If you want the new backpack Giga has, you see all these? Get 250 of all of this. Anyways. There's also wardrobe storage. This is where you see what skins you've unlocked. But you can also preview skins. So if you're not sure if you like something, you'd be like, well, what does this look like? You can also preview skins you don't have yet. This is how you can see what legendaries look like in action. But the real reason I wanted to show you this is the Discovery tab right here. So this is Discovery. Any leveling guide will tell you to use Discovery to raise your weapon, your skills, and that's because it is the best way to raise them by far. You will get like 10, or in some cases 20 rank ups from using Discovery, depending on how you do it. So the way Discovery works is really simple. Let's say I put an iron ingot. It will immediately narrow it to other things that are compatible with the iron ingot. I can craft this. Check it out, iron ingot, and so let's go do it. I have learned to make simple sharpening stones. It only shows stuff here that is compatible. You'll notice these are not compatible anymore because I have nothing else that fits them. Makes sense? So it will never let you discover if you can't discover something, if it's not a valid recipe. Make sense? This is how you get additional recipes, and this is how you level your skills. This is true for most of the skills. This is how Huntsman worked as well, for example. Obviously, if you put an Ecto, virtually everything is compatible with Ectos, so that's not really helpful. So the way raising a weapon skill, for example, would generally work is you make a bunch of intermediary items, like you make a bunch of hafts, you make a bunch of axes, you make a bunch of, the axe blades, right? You make a bunch of pommels, and then you go into Discovery, you combine them together into something, and that gives you a ton of experience. Make sense? Now, I want to show off one other thing in crafting. Let's do mithril. I've got a bajillion mithril, right? So I've got mithril ore lying around. So let's make a bajillion mithril ingots. So I need to make 400 mithril ingots. Now I'll actually pause that because I don't actually want to turn all those in. But you see? It's actually one of the really tiny quality of life features that I do like about this game. When you're mass crafting, it speeds up each thing. This is something WoW needs to steal. Just straight up copy paste. WoW, please steal this quality of life feature. Jesus Christ. That's a good question, Master. I've never done them, so I don't know. There is a cap on how fast the crafting can get, as you saw. There was a certain point at which it stopped increasing in its speed. Jesus, Croptor. But it's still nice. It's still nice to have, and it still improves the overall experience. So, thumbs up. That's kind of it. That's crafting right there. Now you're probably thinking, hold up. You keep talking about crafting legendaries, but you don't make legendaries here. That's absolutely right. So there are some very specific things you can make here. Let's see if I can actually find it. I think it's going to be under... There it is, crafting component. So almost every crafting recipe has the ability to make these gifts. Gifts take 100, 250, 50, 50 of tier 6, 5, 4, and 3, respectively, I think. And you put these together, and you make these. These gifts... Whoa, these are account bound, by the way, so you cannot trade these, you cannot, to other people, and you cannot buy them in the auction house. So the only real way to get these is to have crafting and to make them. There's an asterisk there, ignore the asterisk, we don't need to care about it. The way you then craft legendaries and ascendants is the Forge. The Forge has the same general interface as the Discovery thing. You put in 4 items, they make something. Never do this unless you know what you're doing. I'm just going to say that as simply as I possibly can. Never touch the forge unless you already know what you're doing walking into it. Okay? But for example, you know, I could put in Dragon's Rending, and like I could put in the Gift of Maguma, and nothing apparently. But like that's what stuff like this is what the Gift of Maguma is for. That's what the Gift of Exploration is for. That's what the Gift of the Jungle is for. That's what the Gift of Might is for. You get it, right? What's that? Oh yeah, there's the tribute. Yeah, or something I will actually be getting. It's actually wondering, Lady Fairy. What if it's a daily quest? That's actually a good question. Hang on. I'll actually tell you because there is an answer for that. Give me 1 second. There is a Mystic Forge thing you can do that's relatively cheap and still relatively useful. For the specific combinations, though.
What brings you here?
Give me a sec, give me a sec, give me a sec. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so, where's the vendor? That's true. You can just combine 4 masterwork items. That's not the one I usually use, admittedly. The one I use is you buy a master salvage kit, a journeyman salvage kit, a fine salvage kit. You notice you just buy these in the vendor who is right here. So, buy these 3 kits, and then throw in some forge stones, if you have them. I think mine are in the bank. No? Then they're on my bank alt. Either way, you get forge stones from a bunch of stuff. Throw in some forge stones and you'll get a mystic salvage kit out of it, which is essentially the best salvage kit in the game. I actually have a couple of those, which I have made specifically because it was a daily for the forge. That's if you want something useful. It does take a little bit of investment, but it's really, really low. And again, it's a good, nice, repeatable thing that gets you something very valuable. Shrug. Do I have... 1 second. Switch back to my bank alt here really quick. There they are. Mystic Forge Stones. They are account bound, so sure. I think I have them on her because I just haven't done that in a while, and I needed space because my bank is so small. Oh my god. As you can see, I mean, you can tell this is my bank alt because I've just got piles and piles of this stupid crap on her. There's apparently something later on called a gobbler, I want to say, that'll start eating this stuff up and turning it into something useful, which is the main reason I hold on to it. I also used a bunch of this when I was making my Ascended stuff. Anyways. Yeah, there they are. Feed 50 Dragonite ore in exchange for a gift. And you can do that daily. Yep. I don't remember where you can get those, but I know those exist. And I know that the Wizard's Gobbler is actually a really, really recent one. Apparently 5 times a day? Oh, it doesn't actually say. I'm sorry, it just said it will be full if fed too much in a day. Excuse me. Red thing I had 10 stacks of. Oh, that's the bloodstone dust. This is the crap. You will be swimming in this stuff. Just swimming in it. Well, the bank size is minuscule unless you spend real money on it, Lita Fairy. Yeah, a sort button would be nice, but whatever. I'm going to go and open my bank here, by the way. Let's see, what do we got? Junk, 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 and a guaranteed wardrobe unlock. Let's go ahead and take that. I'll go ahead and take that, just to be done with it. A statuette, which we'll put in the bank. All unobtained items and skins have an equal chance of dropping. So this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a guaranteed wardrobe unlock of everything you don't have unlocked already. The thing about these is it's best to hold on to them for obvious reasons, right? If you're going to use it, it's best to hold on until you've unlocked a whole bunch of other stuff the old-fashioned way. Because otherwise you're playing Omega RNG on that. Like it would take really, really good low chance to get something that is actually worth a damn to you. Yeah, exactly, Legival. I'm pretty sure I've been banking some of these. Don't quote me on that. I might have given up because bank slots. But I notice I don't have any on this character. Go ahead and put this in my pile of statuettes. That's a... So, I should show off what these are. So you can turn these into all kinds of stuff here. And it's just random stuff. You can turn these into teleport to friends, upgrade extractors, salvage. These are basically mythic salvage kits. Buff items, materials bags, temporary passes. You can get a couple of emotes and cosmetic-y stuff. There's more cosmetic-y and emote stuff. There's more cosmetic and emote stuff. There's more cosmetic and emote stuff. There's more. Oh, this is how you can get resources. And mail carriers, which is whatever. I mostly hold on to these unless there's something really specific I want. Usually I burn them on things like upgrade extractors or teleport to friends. Even though I have the eternal teleport to friend, it still has a 10-minute cooldown, and every now and again I need to teleport more quickly than that. Just gonna toss that in there. Okay. The skiff. I'm pretty sure Pax got a really nice skiff skin out of that. I could be wrong, though. So, I got 2 subs, actually, which I have not acknowledged yet, which I should go acknowledge. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to take an early lunch, because I don't feel well today. Let's go ahead and just sit there for a second. Look at those subs, because it logs those, because it's awesome. Here we go. So first we've got a sub from Dr. Winter. For Darkest Dungeon, Pathfinder, Raw, Healthy Righteous, and Evil Genius 2. Oh, by the way, reminder to vote. Our first Viewer's Choice poll is up right now. For those of you who haven't voted yet. And that's going towards Planescape Torment, Frontline 59, and Deus Ex Revision. Thank you very, very much, as always, Dr. Winter and Loner. Yes, as a reminder, that is plural voting, which means you can vote for multiple options. Please vote for everything that catches your interest. Don't vote for KOTOR. Alright, so. Like I said, I'm going to take a bit of an early thing, because I'm just not doing well today. So, I'll be back after the lunch break, and we will continue to go ahead and level, or rather play, on our Ranger. See you guys.